What's going on, chat? What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Saturday. What's going on? What's good? What's good? How's everybody doing? What's up? What's up, Nicole? What's up, Daisy? Mike, Abor, Ashley, Blue Eagle, Miss Fortune. What's up? Zeno, what's going on, man? How is everybody doing, man? Brandon, what's going on, my G? Oh, boy, oh, boy. FSC, what's going on, my guy? How's everybody doing? I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I'm not gonna lie. I am a little bit I feel like I'm low energy today. I don't know why. But I'm good, bro. I'm good. I hope everybody else is doing well. What's up, Logic? You said your hoodie black or dark green? Neither. It's like a really weird gray. Yeah. Yeah, neither. I know it's confusing. But it's a like a darker, I don't know. Yeah. It's weird. What do you think of Wes Watson? Yo, I saw that. I saw it and I gotta make a video about it. I have to. But one thing that I still need to do a little bit of research. Can you guys let me know? Did he get arrested or he's going to get arrested? Like, what's going on? Because I don't know. But I saw some shit is brewing. What's up, Moosey? Y'all saw Ye. Oh, so he was arrested. You know, it's just I find it very ironic because he literally asked for this to happen. Oh, he got bail. Okay, got you. So he did get arrested and he got bail. Yeah, we most definitely got to make a video about that. But he literally asked for it. What's up, Malik? He was like, yeah, anybody that got a problem with me, make sure y'all pull up. Blah blah blah. Somebody pulled up and he threw hands. I don't know if it was self defense or what. I gotta look at the video, but you literally asked for this entire situation to happen. What's up, Chantel? How you doing? You said, did I see Ye's tweet? Yes, I saw Kanye's tweets, man. And you know what? I'm not even going to give it any energy. I'm not. Because before, I would have made a video about it. But, what's up, Dylan? I don't care. I'm going to be honest. I don't care. This is just Kanye being Kanye. And it's just him trying to look for attention. That's all it is. That's about it. What's up, woman? Yeah, and I just feel like if we ignore him, he gonna go away and then come back, and go on another rant. He's gonna come back. I feel like every 6 months he leaves and then comes back. You said debate. If you need me to tag in at any point, let me know. I got you. What's up, Sandra? How you doing? Oh, Sandra, how are you doing? Yeah, I need to hit you up on the side. I hope you and the fam are doing well. Who Kumye is crazy. Also, why is my chat box not popping up? There we go. Good. I'm glad to hear that. But yeah, guys, we are. Oh God, here we go again. Watts thoughts unite. Oh man. Playing Fortnite. Yo, I haven't played Fortnite in a while. Enjoying my new son. That's dope. I'm glad. Shout out to Sandra. She just had another baby. She had a son. That's what's up. I don't claim that name. Thank you. Somebody is logical in the chat. All right. Thank you. They don't want to be called a Watts thought. I don't need. Who started this? Nicole, was that you? Let's see here. Hmm. Huh. Well, guys, I don't know. So I'm a little skeptical here. Not skeptical, but so I reached out to His name on YouTube is They Call Me Shape. We had conversations before about possibly doing something. And I saw that he agreed with TK Kirkland. So I was like, yo, it'd be dope if we did like a 2v2 debate. So I reached out to Logix, and yeah, we all agreed that we were going to do this debate. I hope they pull up. I hope they pull up, because something is telling me that this is not going to go how I expect it to go. Need a mediator? I thought about it, Zeno. I thought about it, but I think we're okay. I hope. But yeah, we'll see. I'll be one of the red pillars. Oh man. But yeah, that's how this whole thing even came into fruition, because I'm trying to do more collaborations and reach out to people and set stuff up like this in general, because at the end of the day, it's entertaining. How you go from I think to I hope? Because I don't know for you. I mean, this is no offense to those guys, but you know how somebody would be like, yeah, well, I'm gonna pull up, or I'm gonna do this. And I reached out to do you guys know the horniest man alive? Like, I reached out to him so that I could interview him like live and we could have a conversation. He told me he was down. I gave him times and he was like, yeah, let's do it. Crickets. I just don't want that to happen again. But if it does, we just gonna pivot. Yeah, we just gonna pivot, but we gonna see. We're gonna see. He just read my message, so he probably gonna pull up. But yeah, so guys, what did you guys think about the whole TK Kirkland video with him basically saying that a man raising another man's child is a mental illness? What are your thoughts? Oh no. I didn't say he wasn't gonna show up. I didn't say that. I just said I hope they do. That's all. What's up, Jasmine? How you doing? Yeah. He gonna pull up. He just hit me up. Mike said terrible take. Agreed. Yeah, I don't understand it. No. Woman, he has 7 baby mamas, I believe. He has 7. Oh, you was talking about the horny dude? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's no shock. No shock at all. It is hypocritical, but you got to remember one thing that guys like that constantly say is that men and women are not alike. So it's okay. Shout out to Albert Choice. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I just pulled up and what? I appreciate you, bro. Man, we didn't even get into this shit yet. Let me see here. Yo, what up, Houston? What's up? We about to kick things off here shortly. I try to give them a little bit of time. So the official debate is going to start at 8 o'clock. I'm going to start setting things up, or I'm going to send them the link. Watts, you wet? No, I'm not wet. Nigga, I'm not going to lie. If it wasn't for this fan, I would be hot. I'd be hot as hell. No, I'm not wet. Because it's been warm where I live, because I live for a little down south, so it's been warmer. And we haven't turned on the air, so we still have the heat on. So it was like 77 degrees upstairs yesterday. It was a little toasty. It was a ridiculous take. These opinions are always from the take that the woman was when she was young, and now they want. Yeah, I agree. I said it in my video, but this is literally just a case by case situation. Y'all got a timer or buzzer for controlling speak? Yeah. So I'm going to try my best to keep time. I probably should have had a mediator, but it's all good. It's all good. But I didn't want this to be like a honestly, it probably should be now that I'm thinking about it, a more, I don't want to be a super structured debate. I was hoping that it could be, it could be chill and we can literally just hear each other out without talking over each other. But if it comes to that, then I'll set some rules. It's all good. Most women genuinely just want a loving relationship. Not me though. Just give me some damn Faye. God damn. So Faye, you don't want a meaningful relationship? You said just give me some bread and I'm good. Fuck all that. Damn. I mean, honestly, I can't say I blame you though, because shit, in this economy, man, you might have to. Yo, that's a good idea. I might have to break out the gavel. Elbert, thank you so much for the $12 super chat. Sheesh, I should have said it in my first super, but if a man wants to deal with a single mother, let him do what it do. Let him deal with the pros and cons that comes with that, like grown men do. Exactly. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Like I said before, this is not a mental illness. At the end of the day, this is a choice. This is a choice. But real quick, I am going to start to set this up. Let me send the link to these guys. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Properties. Start collab. Copy. Logix. I'm going to send it to you on Discord. If Discord would fucking start up, god damn. Why does shit take so long? Oh, make sure you guys like the video, man. I appreciate you. Instagram. All right. Logix. Got you. Let me send it to homeboy. Bam. All right. Logix, if you, well, I don't know if you're listening to me, but if you can hear me, let me know. Oh, never mind. There he is. Let's see here.
Got my chat up there.
What's going on, my guy?
You don't do that. So chat, I can see y'all, but
yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. All right, bet. Hold on, I'm about to switch some things around here. Let's see. How you doing, bro?
I'm decent. I'm trying to see. I can't make this. I'm trying to see if I can make the entire thing my screen, but I guess not.
All right, bet. Let me see. Hey, chat.
Oh shit, that's super Inception.
Hey, chat. Let me know if y'all can hear Logix. They should be able to hear you. All right, bet. Cool.
I'll just myself.
Let me see here.
Damn, wait, I gotta figure this out.
What are you trying to figure out?
You see how it's Oh God, I'm trying to get this screen to the stream, but it's like it's doing screen inception.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So
Let's see here. Properties.
because I did the
Okay.
virtual camera, maybe. Oh. I don't know how the fuck to do this.
Isn't streaming fun, man? It's always a
I
bunch of.
swear, that's why I was like, I'm finna get on here so early so I could figure out the ins and outs, and now I got stream inception. Oh fuck. I don't know how to make it so it's just me, but I want everybody to.
Sorry, Johnny. I think I'm pretty sure Logix is Logix. You married, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he married.
Oh God.
My bad. Sorry.
Thank you though. No, you good. You
Yeah, you straight. Unlike somebody else, it was respectful. It was very respectful. Cause that shit could have went left.
On me. Talking about married to me, Moosey. You didn't tell everybody yet. Chill.
Oh boy.
All right.
All right. So you know on my end, I just see the Elgato screen, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I'm trying to. Okay. This is. Damn it.
You good?
No. I'm not. I'm not okay. Okay, what do you see the stream inception right now, right?
Yeah, like I see. I see you and your desktop. Like that's what I see,
Yes.
and I see myself
And
obviously, which is kind of freaking me the fuck out, low key.
that's what's pissing me off. I'm trying to get it so it'll just be. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Because now you just see me, right?
Yeah, I see you.
But my issue now is that my stream can't see anything but me. You know what? I'm gonna just put this window in this scene for OBS.
Properties. Yeah, I don't see them. Hold up. Let me
Oh shit.
test this out real quick. Discord. Cause sometimes this Streamlab shits, man. Ugh.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's not really nothing that you did. It's just
No.
you know.
I'm trying to see if the shit is working well on my end, just in general.
Shit. Oh, Miss Opinion is not funny. I'm trying to get this shit situated, and it's just not working out for me.
Oh yeah, it's working. It's working.
That was a little echo. Oh. He came and left.
Let me see here. Yeah. All right, guys. Now we just
Use the window capture and use the camera separately. Zeno. Okay. Okay, I feel slow. I don't even. You said use the camera separately.
He's saying use the window capture and the camera separately. So I guess he's saying in a well, I don't, what software are you using?
OBS.
Using the OBS. So I guess in a different scene, bring up the window capture, and is he just saying and use the camera separately?
I'm guessing just use window capture and use the camera just on me instead of the virtual camera, I guess.
I guess. You said that.
No.
I started to get confused. But I think
No,
I think I know what Zeno means. I don't know. Also,
I
I'm the
think
type of person, in order to fix something out, like, it literally has to be right in front of me.
Okay. Damn it. See, this looks fucking crazy too. Nope. I feel like a fucking jackass.
Bro, look, it's all good. I mean, time out. What's the worst case scenario is that you don't live stream and I just record it, or you also record this as well?
I mean, I could just use your footage when I upload.
You could. I mean, that's worst case scenario.
Yeah. OBS is streaming a similar video capture device and window capture will allow you to use different scenes. I don't know if I have a scene set right now. Hold on, I'm gonna just turn my camera.
Yeah, I knew what you meant, Zeno.
So I'm gonna turn that off, and then I'm gonna try to figure this out.
Damn, I knew Logix was black, but shit. Boy, darker than Ace of Spades. Yo,
appreciate you, DL.
Yo, I cannot wait for the Super Bowl either. I want the Chiefs to get that ass whooped.
I gotta figure this out, y'all. I don't know how to.
I hope this debate isn't about technical setup of live streams, because y'all gonna lose. Hey, look, you know what? Knock on wood, but I think I have it set up. All right, this Logix is having issues.
Wait, okay.
Oh man.
Okay, I think I know what to do.
Okay.
I know what to do. I think I know what to do.
All right. Shape is in here. Let's see here. Cam 1. Cam 3. Show on stream. Perfect. Logix, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Shape, can you hear me?
Yo.
How you doing, man?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect.
Fuck it. Stream, y'all just gonna have to look at my face the whole debate. Y'all used to it. It's okay.
What, you gonna be quiet?
What you say?
You gonna be quiet?
Nah. You
No.
good. You good.
You good. I'm just having small.
Yeah, it's just that
you
you're just having some technical issues. That's all.
Technical difficulties?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know how it is with streaming.
Hey, I get it.
It's always something. Let me see here. Shoot. All right.
You know what?
Let me see here. Shape. Did you send a link to your partner?
Yeah, I'm waiting. Not my partner, bro. Whoa, slow down, bro. Modern times, we can't use those words now. My
bad.
My brethren.
Yo.
I sent the link to my brethren.
Yo, bro, my bad.
You feel me? Your partner. You're here with your partner? Yes, I'm here with my partner. No, not at all. Yeah, I'm he just texted me, so I'm trying to see if he got the link. So.
All right, cool.
But worst case scenario, 1v2, you know what I'm saying? 1v2.
I think he popped on for a second, and then I don't know what happened.
Okay, so I don't know.
When we was getting ready, you ain't see when he had popped up and left?
Nah, I ain't see him at all, actually.
Really?
Dead ass.
What'd you like? What do you like?
It was a white guy. he didn't have his face.
No, I want to make sure, you know what I'm saying?
He didn't have his. It wasn't his face. He was like fidgeting with his phone.
Okay.
And you couldn't see him.
Okay. So yeah, he got the link.
Okay.
All right.
He said, I mean, it was a white guy, so I assume it was him.
No, yeah. If he would have said something else, I'm like, bro, you gotta watch out, man.
Like, yeah.
When I was doing live streams, like I used to have like so many weirdos call, and man, like they're just really trying to handicap the stream. So.
Nah, I hear you. I just hope that this stays normal, because I was gonna do this through Discord, and I was like, I could just do it through Streamlabs and just hope for the best.
I don't know. When you said Discord, I'm like, how do you do the Discord thing? I don't know.
It's
about that.
simple. Because you and I, we had a.
You gotta still teach me Discord, bro. 'Cause now that I got my community, I need you to. I know you're telling me like a year ago. You were telling me to help me with it. Like, it's about that time. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Especially now that people getting caught talking to fucking little kids and shit. There, I want to make sure I know how to use the goddamn thing.
Yeah, you most definitely need to use it. But yeah, it's very simple. I got you. Just, you know what? While you here, just Shape, introduce yourself real quick.
Are we live?
Yeah, we live. They can hear you.
Oh damn! I'm thinking we backstage.
Oh nah, my bad. My bad. I thought you knew because I said it was gonna be live.
No. Okay. And it's on YouTube already?
Yeah.
Damn, I need to look. All right, so call me Shape. That's the name of the YouTube channel. We're growing a lot right now. We're doing about 400,000 views a month right now. So it's been a big turn of events that allowed me to kind of build up some steam. And so we're just talking about dating and relationships over here, but it's a good time, man. The community is cool. Definitely, I'm actually really happy that my audience is older than me, because it makes me feel like I'm talking about something significant, you know? I know a lot of cats be streaming with like kids and shit, like preteens and stuff, but my audience is older than me. My average viewer is 45 to 54.
Okay.
You know, and then the second largest part is 55 to 64. So it's
interesting.
It's quite the. It makes me feel like I'm talking about some big boy stuff, but we still keep it entertaining. I'm a different kind of guy in this space because I respect black women, and I think that's a big one that we don't see too often here, especially with Fresh and Fit.
Yeah.
Disrespecting black women. So like, you know, I had a girl comment the other day. She was like, "Thank you so much for like, you know, correcting us, but with love, you know." And she's like, I feel much more better listening to a black man that actually cares about us correcting us than someone that's in the space just, you know what I'm saying, just being like rude and obnoxious or whatever. So I make sure that we still protect the sisters over here, but we still try to be objective. You know, I try not to say things just to look good in front of women, but I also don't I'm not crude and rude and shit like that, you know?
Yeah, like it's I mean, like you said, it's I find it's very important to be objective. Nicole in the chat said, "What you mean by correcting us?"
Yo, I mean, y'all need. Yo, where can I see the chat? I can't see the chat. Can I see the chat? Let me see where I'm at. Not that it really matters.
His live stream.
Yeah, you would have to go up to the live stream.
Let me look to see if on the stream keep it track.
And just FYI, Nicole not even black.
No,
Nicole is she's my really good friend.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a huge.
So then I'm not even talking
about is she a huge troll? Is she a huge troll?
Yeah, I'm not even talking about you.
Nah, she a huge troll.
Okay, I found it.
Oh man. But she did say she wanted to know what you meant by that.
Well, you know, I'm Christian, right? So, you know, my ethics tell me that we're the leaders, you know what I'm saying, of the community. And so it's our job really to convey the message from God, you know what I'm saying, upon our people. You know, it's our responsibility. Mm-hmm. And, you know, one of the biggest falls from man was Adam in the beginning, where Adam, he made a couple of mistakes, but the first mistake he made was he changed his mind to please a woman, right? He knew that what Eve was saying was wrong, but he did something to please her. And so we got to stop that kind of pleasing kind of behavior. I want to get along with women, obviously, but I don't want to lose sight of what my purpose is. You get what I'm trying to say? And so that's what being objective is. It's hard to be a superior man if you act inferior to your woman.
I hear you. I'm gonna challenge you on that a little bit, because you said that going back to Adam and Eve, you said Adam was basically trying to, like, what was the word did you use? Appeal, impress. To please
Eve.
Don't you think it's the same thing, like on the other way around? Like like
What do you mean?
men are constantly trying to please women all the time, correct? I
Yeah.
mean, so shouldn't they take accountability for that?
Who,
Yeah.
men?
Oh,
Absolutely.
okay. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm saying that exact. I'm saying so. I recommend this book to my audience all the time. It's called Way of the Superior Man. In chapter 6 of the book, it talks about. It says exactly. That's the name of the title of the chapter. It says, "Never change your mind to please a woman." Right, and it's deep if you really think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it says that we have this innate desire to get along with our woman, but um you shouldn't be inauthentic in order to do so. You know, because it weakens you, it cheapens you as a man. You know, and so I think a lot of men, a beta man, is a man who would change his mind, even though he knows it's wrong, to please a woman, right? And so I think the alternative to that is just not arguing with your woman. You know, a lot of people, listen, it's okay that your woman has a different idea than you do, right? But it's not okay for you to be inauthentic to please her, right? Because you're not doing anyone a favor. You get what I'm trying to say? And so
I got you.
I think people don't know how to have difference of opinions with their woman in a non-hostile way, you know. And honestly, to me, that's a sign of you like knowledge. You know, the more only a man who knows very little is intolerant to people that have a different opinion.
That's
The more you
that,
know, you're gonna
that's
tolerate more.
that's true. That's true. That much I will most definitely
You know?
agree with.
Yeah.
Wait, Logics, are you good, bro?
Yeah. I've been
You
fidgeting with this shit, but we could.
Are you sure you straight?
Yeah, man. It's straight as can be.
Okay. All right. But yeah, I think when it going back to that conversation, I think the big thing with that is just like somebody said in the chat, just compromising is a huge aspect of like any relationships in general. But one thing that I will say is that some men today, I feel like they focus way too hard on trying to be the leader instead of working cooperatively, like with your woman and including your woman on like with including your women like within your decision making and all of that, so to speak.
I listen to what everything anyone has
Yeah.
to say. Woman, man,
That's
child,
good.
old person, broke person. But I'm not gonna be inauthentic to myself to please them. It's a kind of ethic as a man. You get what I'm trying to say? Is that it's like you're not a kiss ass, you're not a brown noser, right? That's a very weak man. You get what I'm trying to say? And honestly, you're not being truthful to yourself. And so your words and your core are gonna be incongruent. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually a deeper problem. Just I'm not saying that if you don't agree with your woman that you're right and she's wrong. She might be right and you might be
Yeah.
wrong, right? But if you genuinely believe what you're saying is true, right? Even though you could be wrong, right? That's the most authentic version of yourself at that moment. Now, if you come back and you discover that she was right and you're wrong, you should also be man enough to say I was wrong.
I
You get what I'm
agree
trying
with
to say?
that. Yeah.
But the idea is to be congruent as a man. That what you say is how you move, and how you move is what you say. You know.
Yep. You're all right. Okay. I think yeah.
My brethren, what's
yeah,
up,
I
my
think he
brother?
just popped on.
The Czar dated. What's up, bro?
What's
How's
up? What's up?
everything?
Czar, what's up, man? How you doing?
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you too, man.
Nice to meet
What's
you.
going on? We were just talking about random stuff. We didn't start the debate yet. We were just waiting for you to pull up.
Thank you. Sorry for the delay. I had to set everything up in this place I'm at right now.
Oh no, you're good, man. You're good.
Yeah.
Right now I would just.
I got my mic.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Right now we were just gonna do some like quick introductions. Logics. Go ahead and introduce yourself really quick.
All right, y'all. What's good? My name is Logix. Also a content creator on YouTube. I talk about like my channel just revolves around like debunking nonsense and bullshit because I feel like today a lot of people fall victim to false narratives, misinformation, conspiracy theories. So I spend a lot of my time like basically debunking just wrong thoughts to have. You know what I'm saying? So not necessarily telling you what to think, but just telling you how to apply critical thinking into what you're looking at, so you can be more informed about the decisions you make throughout life. So
most definitely, and that's something that is lacking these days. But Zar, do us a favor and introduce yourself, sir.
Yeah, so my name is Czar of Dating. I go by Zardanya, and I've been in the dating realm for about 2 years now. I started on social media 2 years ago. It started with TikTok, and the only thing I ever talked about was women. Growing up my entire life, the psychology of women, going through various rejections, figuring out how to put the most difficult piece together, which was the female mind. And I finally figured it out after over 17 years of dating experience, reading countless psychology books and putting things through practice, where everything just started to connect. And now I can teach other men the knowledge that I know and the value that I hold dearly to me.
Interesting. Okay. That's what's up, man. Well, look, fellas, thank you so much for joining. So I had a conversation with Shape before, obviously all of this went down, and this is going to be a respectful debate. We're going to stick to the topic. No ad hominems, no attacks. Obviously, we don't know you guys well enough to attack you in the first place, but just wanted to put that out there. We just most definitely going to keep it respectful. And just because a couple of people have, a difference in opinions, that doesn't mean we can't have a civil conversation.
Absolutely.
So what I would like to do, so if you guys in the chat, if you aren't aware, by the way, sorry, this is live. I should have told you that beforehand. My apologies. But
It's all good.
So everybody in the chat, we are going to be debating the TK Kirkland clip that was released like maybe a week ago or so, where he said a man taking care of another man's child is a mental illness. I want to do maybe 2 minutes each worth of an opening statement, and I want to hear you guys' opinions on this subject. And Shape and Zar, since you guys are guests, I'm going to let you guys go first, and I'm going to start the clock. So whichever one of you guys wants to go first with your opening statement.
I'll go first.
Take it
I
away.
don't think I got 2 minutes worth of this. I think it's really quite simple. I mean, it's a moral issue. I believe strongly in the phrase "never deny a man his pain." The father of a child, he is responsible for that child, and I think it's inappropriate for me as let's say a third party to come in and try to take his place. One, I would never be able to fully take his place because I'm not the biological father of the child. And two, the reason why I look at it as a mental illness, and maybe that was a strong word from TK Kirkland, but this obsession for cleaning up other men's mess, right? The idea that a man made a mess and he's trying to clean up after her, to me, it goes into this line of a man that is pursuing a woman and not his purpose, right? If I'm chasing a woman and I want to change her life and I want to improve her life, to me, I'm out of order, right? I think my highest priority as a man should be my purpose. And the book I was talking about before, Way of a Superior Man, chapter 7, it talks about how your purpose comes before your woman. And I believe that's strong. I think it's a very moral standpoint, because what we see nowadays is just men having simp behavior where they'll, I'll take care of your kids, I'll do this. And deep down inside that man, he just wants intimacy. He wants to be with a woman. You know what I'm saying? So he's offering provision to her children, leadership. It's disingenuous often. We know as men, we're weak to the flesh. We desire women, but I think the right way to deal with that kind of energy is to transmute it and put it towards your goals, so I just think in general, simping after women, it's a bad idea. And also, like I said, denying a man his pain. If you're a man and you can't take care of your own responsibilities, unfortunately, and this is a sad truth, your kids deserve to feel that, right? They deserve to suffer because of that.
All right.
Your mistakes. Your kids are going to deserve to suffer because of your mistakes.
You hit the 2 minute mark.
There you go.
All right, appreciate you. All right, Zar, go ahead, man.
Yeah, so my whole issue with taking care of another man's seed is there's no way you can possibly discipline children that aren't yours? How many kids have you grown around, or adults that you know now, that hate their stepfathers or hate their mother's boyfriends? I rarely have I ever met a guy or a girl that actually respects their stepfathers, that actually respects their mother's boyfriend. Rarely do I ever meet those people. And if you try disciplining another woman's child, all they have to say is, well, you're not my father. And what are you going to do then? Are you going to hit the kid? Because technically they're right. You're not their father. But if it was my children, if it was my child, I'm going to discipline them any way I want, especially if they talk back to me. There's going to be punishment for that. But I believe that beta males always get the scraps from these types of women because they've been programmed to believe that they're the ones that stepped up. They're the stepfathers that stepped up. Now, I've seen relationships work if a guy has children that aren't the woman's and she has children that aren't the guy's and they're at a certain age, they can actually coincide. They can be in a relationship because they're at that point where they don't really need to depend on each other to look after the children. But every single good quality man, he wants his own seed. He wants to have his own children. He wants to invest in his own children. He wants to invest his resources in his own seed. To me, that's very powerful because you truly care about that child. I could never care about a child that isn't mine. That's facts. I couldn't do it.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you, man. Logics, you wanna go up?
Okay. You go ahead.
All right. So wait, real quick before I even start, question for you guys. Wait, time out. Do you guys even refer to yourself as like Redpillers, per se?
I would say red pill adjacent
Okay.
for me. I don't. Yeah, because I don't want to brand myself specifically red pill. I think the content niche is red pill for
Sure.
me too. But as an individual, you know, I'm a free thinker.
Okay.
So.
Wait, same with you, Sar.
Yeah, I don't agree with 100% of everything they talk about, and I think it's gotten to a certain point where it's totally asinine now. It's completely out of character with the content they create, and it's usually the same crap that they regurgitate, and they know how to attack men's insecurities, where it brings in the views, it brings in the money, but you always see videos of guys post the red pill community. They always make videos why you should stay single, why you should always remain single. And what kind of hope is that for a guy who's trying to learn the game?
Gotcha.
There is no hope.
Gotcha. Okay. I was just curious because one aspect of this that really bothered me was obviously that TK called this a mental illness. And I know a lot of guys on like the red pill side, they don't necessarily believe in mental illness. So when people constantly refer to something as a mental illness, I feel like they're using it as a crutch. And I'm not a fan of that. By the way, I already started my 2 minutes, so this is my opening statement. So obviously, I wholeheartedly disagree with what TK said, because he said it's a mental illness. No man should take care of another man's child. I think at the end of the day, it's not an illness, it's a decision, and it's a grown man. If you are in love with a woman and you want to be with this woman and you are willing to take care of her and her children, that is a grown decision that you decided to make at the end of the day. And I think that we should not be condemning those individuals that, you know, step up and take care of another man's child. I mean, and also I think that this situation is case by case. And I don't want to put words in Logic's mouth, but I think he will agree with me when I say when we disagree with this topic, we are not necessarily trying to tell men to go after single mothers. That's not what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, you're going to have a lot of hardships. There's a lot of cons that are going to come along with that, opposed to you dating a woman that doesn't have any children. So yeah, I just wanted to make it known that that's not what we're trying to tell men. But also at the end of the day, if somebody wants to do that, I think that's totally fine. Logics.
Yeah, so I think my biggest contention with this argument is that in one breath, the people that have the ideology that you shouldn't take care of another man's kids and they're not yours and it's somebody else's responsibility will be the same people that say that single motherhood is bad and we should try to prevent it at all costs and whatnot. And so you can't have it both ways, especially if you agree statistically that kids with single moms, they turn out to be worse in life. But, you know, there's some arguments as to why. It's a ton of factors. But we do know that that's a common thread with single motherhood, that some kids may have behavioral issues, you know, going to jail or whatnot, all that stuff. Now, like I said, there's other reasons that can happen. But if you acknowledge that and then say, well, ain't no man out here should take care of another man's kid, all this is doing is just ruining the future of everybody. The kid, the parents, step parents, society. If you want society to be broken, if you want more broken homes, then you're attributing to that. You're contributing to that. If you're saying, nah, men, just leave all single moms alone, all that's doing is making society even worse, because that child didn't do anything to just be forced to not have a parent just because other men think it's beta or whatever. So that's all, you know, I ain't gonna go too long.
Perfect.
Nice. I mean, I got some words for that. I mean, it's not that we're trying to shame people, but you know, the issue arises when you consider the idea that, you know, authority, I mean, responsibility without authority is slavery. You know, so you know, it's hard to be responsible for another man's child if you don't have the authority over it. And Zara Dani was trying to explain that. You know, you can't discipline them. And what that really means is that we really don't have any authority over those children. Now, I don't want to discipline anybody's children. You know what I'm saying? Personally. But I'll tell you what, my dad, he actually, my mom was a single mom. My dad met my mom. Right. And it was probably, looking back at it from him, I'm glad he decided to talk to her, because I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So my mom had 2 kids when my dad met her. And what he took from the situation, because they didn't work out, was you can't change people. See, my dad was trying to do this honorable thing and make her into somebody that she wasn't. He was this up and coming bright man that was well to do, right, growing in his field. And he was like, in his mind back then, he was like, why would I date someone on my level, right? He wanted to be like more charitable. He's like, I want to do something to lift the community. Why don't I try to help someone else, help someone out? And he told me, he's like, you know, you can't change people. You know, if you date someone, date them for who they are. And single moms usually are women who have bad judgment, respectfully, bad morals, bad ethics, you know, and you end up hurting yourself as a man. If you're a well-to-do man, you tend to kind of jump on a grenade if you're trying to save a single mom. You know what I'm saying? It could be honorable, but like I said, it's very rare that people change, and when they do change, they tend to get worse.
Wait, how is being a single mom equate to having bad judgment? Like, is that blanket?
Because
is that period? So if he dies, if the dad died.
Period. No, only if you're if you're a widower, that's different. But if you had kids outside of a marriage, right, and you're a single mom because you just gave a random man the honor of being a father, that's a bad choice.
Well, so okay, so this sounds extremely specific. You got because you can get divorced. You know, you can be ran out on. It's like
very specific. Yeah. So if
things.
We respect women who are single moms. If they were left in a divorce, you know, that they got divorced, we respect those. But the common archetype of a single mom really is just a sexual promiscuous woman who prioritizes pleasure, oftentimes, right, and is out of order, right? Because to me personally, and you guys can feel whatever you want to feel about it, but you know, we need to start telling women that, like, this hookup culture vibe, even though as men we benefit from it. So I'm gonna say something that I benefit from that I still think that we shouldn't engage in. I would love to see women return to protecting their chastity, right? We have a lot of women in the black culture that are becoming single moms at a young age, or engaging in, you know, I guess you could say fornication at a very young age, you know, and they're having children, right? And so if you're young as a single mom, if you become pregnant as a young woman and become a single mom, like that man left you, just know that you gave the highest honor you could ever give to a man to someone that didn't deserve it. And that to me is
okay. So really quick, a couple of things. So you said it's poor judgment. So you would say it's poor judgment, even though, because like I said, this is a case by case situation. So for a hypothetical, let's say there is a couple. This couple, they are happy. They're in this relationship. The woman thinks that they're going to get married because the man is telling her, "Yo, I want to do this for you. I'm going to do that. We're going to get married." Blah blah blah. And then they end up pregnant. And then when they get pregnant, things just go left. She has the baby and the guy just dips out. You mean to tell me that the responsibility still lies on the mother? I'm sorry, I can't subscribe to that, because at the end of the day, it literally takes two to procreate. And you're just like you telling women, they need to, you want them to protect their chastity. I think we need to teach men to keep their dick in their pants, and not fornicate, and or at least protect themselves. Like, if you are going to do that, have some sort of protection. But yes, I really can't subscribe to just solely placing the blame on the woman, because at the end of the day, like, we both have to partake in sex in order for a kid to even be born or whatever. And sorry, I want you to chime in on this also.
Oh, yeah. So I wanted to touch up on that, because what I teach men is the accountability always falls on the man, no matter how you look at it, because men are too busy blaming the women. They're pointing the finger at all these women, but what about the men? Look at all the simps that are out there. Look at all the beta males that are out there that cash app these women money, that give them all this attention. If those types of men didn't exist, women wouldn't act this certain way that they are acting in today's society. So it all comes back to the man. And even if you got a woman pregnant who's not capable of being a mother, and I believe the worst deed that you can actually bring onto this earth is impregnating a woman that is not fit to be a mother. If you are a man and you impregnate a woman that is not fit to be a mother, that is on you. That's 100% on you. That is the worst disservice any man can bring into this world and onto himself, because you have to protect your seed as if it were worth more than gold. You have to protect your semen, your sperm, your seed, like that shit is worth more than gold. If every guy had that attitude and mentality, they would wrap their shit up. They would have a better pullout game. They wouldn't believe women when women tell them to bust inside of them, no matter how good it feels. They'll never do shit like that, because they know.
Go ahead.
And another thing, I have guys that always ask me questions, right? What do you think about single mothers? They want me to talk negatively about, I know what they're trying to do. They want me to try to say negative things about single mothers. And I said this on a podcast where I actually thought about this. And I would be a hypocrite to say anything negative about single mothers, because many of the women I date are single mothers and have dated. And out of all the women I've ever dated in my life, and I can say this 100% out of my heart, out of my soul, that I mean wholeheartedly, out of all the women I've dated, it's the single mothers that I've been with that would have bailed me out of prison, that would have given me money, that would have cooked me food when I asked them to, given me a back massage, taken care of me when I was down and out, bring me medication, bring me soup if I'm sick. Those were the women that would actually go out of their way to do anything for me. But not every woman is like that. So you have to choose wisely. But these women also never expected me to raise their children or take care of their children, because they were already established. So they had that part taken care of.
Okay. Logics, did you have a rebuttal?
So I was gonna say, like, this ain't like, Zara, this ain't towards you, but I just, on the idea of like men retaining themselves and just saving their semen and stuff. It's just ironic that somebody that has like 7 kids by a bunch of different women is the same person to say like, oh, raising another man's kid. Like, imagine the idea that you went around and had 7 kids by different women, and in the same breath saying men that take care of other kids is mentally ill. Meanwhile, you're contributing to like the potential of like,
I didn't even know that. I didn't know that.
Wait, you said you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't trying to say it in a way to like belittle.
Yeah, so you
I was-
guys really
yeah.
disagree with TK Kirkland
Yeah.
specifically. You feel like he's out of pocket.
The comment.
That saying is
Yeah,
mentally.
the comment
that
is
comment
crazy.
is crazy.
Yeah, but it's more about the subject because like here's the thing I'm trying to say. Like when we talk about sex and responsibility and it takes two to dance or whatever, unfortunately things in this world are not equal for men and women. And we know that to be true. I mean, women carry children 9 months. We never know what that we as men will never know that experience, right? And so inherently pregnancy costs a woman a lot more than it costs a man. There's a more risk for a woman because she could die in childbirth, right? I could knock a girl up, get her pregnant, okay? My body's never going to go through a vulnerable stage where I need reliable protection and provision to survive. Women essentially become children again when they're pregnant, right? I'm not saying they can't do anything, right? But they're very vulnerable, right? And in our society, right, you give your chair to a pregnant woman, you hold the door open for a pregnant woman. I mean, do it for women in general, but for women's pregnant, it'd be very frowned upon if you're not considerate to her vulnerability. And because of that, because the risk is higher for the woman, the onus is more onto her because she has a lot more to lose, right? And so it's not that single moms are bad people. I know a lot of brilliant single moms. I'm friends with a lot of them. In fact, I'm a personal trainer at the gym, and I tell people all the time, some of the best bodies I've ever seen in the gym are not necessarily single moms, but they're moms, right? So mothers in general, you know what I'm saying, are not crappy, shitty people. That's not the point I'm trying to say. But becoming a single mom's akin to letting an 18-year-old boy test drive a brand new Ferrari that can't afford it. And if he crashes that car, you know what I'm saying, it hurts the dealership more than it does the kid. Now and this is why if you go to a Rolex store, they don't let you take pictures and try on their watches because for you, yeah, you get a cool picture for Instagram, but for them, you just devalued their $100,000 watch. You get what I'm trying to say? You can't take no pictures in a Rolex store. You know what I'm saying? And even though it benefits you and you probably post it all over the gram, it wouldn't benefit Rolex because your little greasy wrist might disinterest a person that can actually buy that watch. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think women need to vet a man very, very carefully before she decides to carry his kid. You can't just say, "Oh, we had sex and I'm pregnant now, and now I want to be pro-choice." I'm glad that you're pro-choice, but you have to understand that this route of women giving birth outside of marriage has not improved.
So
produced great results. And so if we keep falling for it over and over again, to me, a woman that becomes a single mom is no different than a man who goes to jail for committing crimes and stuff like that and does a lot of time. It impacts your life the impact to your life is so much, right? Because we know so many single moms who hate their baby fathers. And here's a situation where you hate a man and you're responsible for his legacy for the rest of your life. You're tied to him for the rest of your life. So you got to be careful. There's a lot of risk and very little reward.
First of all, wild analogy. But question. So you wouldn't say that men also need to vet the women that they're having sex with?
Well, are you scared of holding women accountable? Because I keep hearing this like onus on men.
No. I think,
but
no. I hold everybody accountable. In this scenario.
Like if your daughter came home, if you had a daughter, she came home, she got pregnant by 15, or you gonna look at the man? Why'd you hook up with my daughter, smash my daughter? Or would you look at your daughter and say, why are you going around doing that?
The guy that she got pregnant by, that's not my kid. So obviously my first reaction would be like, what the fuck are you doing? But obviously I would have to have a conversation with that boy's parents and say, like, have y'all not been watching him? Like, what the fuck has been going on? Have y'all been letting them, smash with the door closed? Like, what, have you not been paying attention to them? Because I know at my house, they only can be downstairs and I'm constantly around, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I am totally fine with placing blame where it needs to be placed, but I think both parties have a part to play in this.
But they don't have an equal.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that's totally irrelevant. I think that's totally irrelevant. The fact that I understand what you're saying, that a woman goes through a lot more because she has the baby. A lot. She goes through all those changes. She is more than likely going to be the caretaker of that child. Like, I 1000% understand. Yeah, I understand that. But in my eyes, I think that's irrelevant because
And she's a gatekeeper to sex, right? Unless there's like inappropriate SA behavior, there is no sex unless a woman agrees to it.
So even if I grant you all of that, it's just kind of like, what is, so your idea of like, you know, women got the bigger burden to bear and she's the gatekeeper of sex. So does that mean like somebody makes a mistake, therefore fuck them for life, fuck the kids that come from it? Like,
Bro,
is it like now at this point you did say she did make a mistake, made bad decisions, got pregnant. So now it's like, well, can't have nobody else take care of your kids. Fuck them. You just gonna be single for life. Oh well, like people make mistakes all the time, and like you should want them to make steps to improve themselves.
I'm not saying that single moms should be discarded. Nah, I'm not saying that. You know, but you know, you make your bed, lay in it. Do you feel bad for a gangster who grew up? Do you feel bad for a gangster who grew up in the hood, in the streets? All he saw was crack.
It's not about feeling bad. It's not even about feeling bad.
All he seen was crack sales. He grew up there. You know what I'm saying? His mom was a crackhead. You know, they grew up in an not a great scenario, not a great situation, and he becomes like a product of his environment. And now he gets caught up in a case at a young age, and he's doing time for 10 years. Or you can look at him and like, oh, should we throw him away? No, we shouldn't throw him away.
These analogies, I don't.
Yeah, but you're exactly like I don't.
That life has consequences. No,
but why are you equating? You're equating having a kid to like jail and cars and like all these things. That's just like
because
like it's like this is. You should want no matter. I don't care how much anybody messes up in life. That's not the kid's fault, and all this is doing is damaging them. I'm not talking about the kid. I'm talking
about the mom. We're not.
I'm talking about the kid, but this is about step parents fathering a child that's not there. That's like the topic of this conversation.
So
like,
who owes that kid something? I owe that kid something.
Yeah, not if you don't want to.
That's what I'm saying.
Like you don't.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody. This ain't about you though. Like this isn't about you.
Who
this
owes
is
that
about
kid, though. What I'm trying to say. Who's responsible for that child? Exactly. So if you choose a poor parent to be a father, a man that's not prepared to be a father,
you're making so many assumptions. That's not the case for everybody. Like you said, a poor choice and like you fucked up. It's like there's so many ways these relationships play out. Like I get that everybody wants people to move in an ideal way, but that's not how real life is. Like I think most people wouldn't disagree. Like, yeah, maybe you should save yourself for marriage. Maybe you shouldn't sleep around. Maybe you should always protect yourself. Like we know all these things and we try to get people to practice them, but in practice, that's not what happens in real life.
And so you got to pay the price
in real life. We need to give people tools to make themselves better and other people. And I'm not saying, like, again, we're not saying like, hey, go out there and date all the single moms till you find the right one. We're just saying like, if you love a woman and you want to choose to be with her and she has a kid, I'm not going to sit here and tell you don't do it because kid. That's weird.
See, from what I've seen is usually, not all the time, but usually the woman will have these children with the so-called alpha male that they deem very attractive. They want his seed. He doesn't want to take care of the child for whatever reason. And it pisses me off more when I see a guy that will bust a nut inside of a woman and never want anything to do with that child more than me looking at a mother who became a single mother. I'm more pissed at the guy that did that to her when he knew damn well he wanted nothing more to do with her. And he would have never taken care of that child. So why are you still busting a nut inside of her? But what I'm trying to say is, where was I going at? I forgot like my first thought I had in the beginning. Shit. So usually from what I've seen, the man that comes in who becomes the stepfather, it's usually the beta male that I believe gets manipulated into taking care of the children because women have a survival mechanism. Their instinct to survive. So they'll go after the guy who's successful, who has money. He's going to take care of the child that I produced from the alpha male that I was once attracted to. That's usually how I see it, especially when I was in the workplace and I would see a beautiful single mother coming in. And once again, she remarried to some dork with glasses, some like beta male who's successful and had money. And I was like, there's no way. Right. You look at a woman, you're like, there's no way she's attracted to him, but he's also taking care of her children. So it makes sense. Like sometimes women will manipulate the man into getting into a relationship and taking care of children that aren't his necessarily. but it's not always the case. I know there's so many different scenarios.
Yeah,
we can talk about.
this conversation is extremely nuanced. But Sar, one thing that I wanted to ask you, and I meant to make this point earlier, but we started going all over the place. One thing that I wanted to ask you was specifically about discipline, because that was one of your main points in your opening statement. So when you talk about discipline, I mean, I don't want to be too graphic because like it's YouTube or whatever. We're talking about children, but basically you mean like physical discipline, correct?
I'm talking. It could be verbal.
Okay.
It could be physical. But let's say if he's giving my woman an attitude, right? His mom. He's talking to her in a way I don't like, and he's cursing at her. And I tell him, "Don't ever talk to your mother that way." And then he starts giving me an attitude. Right? What are you going to do about it? You're not my real father. I think that would piss off. That would piss off the average guy.
I mean, but you like, what are you gonna do? Cry? Like it's just a issue that you got to deal with. Why y'all like this idea that this is just like gonna shatter your world if a kid says you're not my dad? Like, I don't care.
No, you can't spank them. You can't spank them. You can't really discipline them.
Well, for one, if they're at an age where you might spank your own child, then you just can't do it. Like I'm sorry, it's just if she doesn't allow you to do that, she just doesn't, and I don't see that being the end of the world. Again, these are choices that men gonna make. Like some women allow step parents to physically discipline their child. They'll do it themselves, whatever needs to be done. But like just because the kids say you're not my dad, like what we gonna do, cry? Like it's just something that you just deal with as a step parent. You can have a kid, you can have your own damn kid, and they'll turn around and be Dahmer on
Very
you.
true.
Like, so I don't know why this idea of like this child could be bad. Like your child can be bad, and guess what? You have to be there. You have to be there. If that child's so bad, you can walk away if the child is so bad and you don't want to deal with it and it's not yours. Much easier to walk away.
And also,
right. You can also walk away. I agree
and also to add on to Logic's point, there are also different ways of disciplining a child just in general, because like I said, this is exactly why I keep saying this is case by case, because for me personally, I was the type of kid, you could whoop my ass, it's not gonna do anything as long as I can still go outside and play the game. Like I'm cool. Like my parents always took away shit that I loved. Like that's how I was disciplined. Like I couldn't play baseball. I couldn't play video games. That's how they got to me. I mean, as a step parent, I think that it is. I think most women that are single mothers and you come into the picture and you have this, this new family, more than likely I think they will allow for you to discipline the child, but just it may not be physical, and I think that's fine.
But there's always going to be that level of resentment that I believe the stepchild will always have for you, because they know that their real father left. Maybe they don't know the circumstances, but they'll always have that little energy of resentment towards you.
Maybe not though.
No matter
like
what you do or how good of a father you are.
I don't think that's just necessarily the case. I just think that like that's my issue with this. Is kind of like we take like y'all looking at the worst case scenarios and it's like, the dad ain't shit and he left him and now the mom's destitute and now she's trying to find some type of simp to take care of her 5 kids that he didn't have. Like these are just like niche scenarios that isn't just the average.
They're not niche.
Experience.
If you watch Kendra G, it's common. Like are we the only ones paying it?
Wait. People calling into a show necessarily are unique. Like most people not calling into radio IG shows.
You don't believe in any general information. You don't like general information? That's
not general information.
When people say don't date single moms, it's a rule of thumb. But if you gave me an option of an idiot woman who has no kids or a brilliant woman who has a kid, I'm going with the brilliant woman, right? So I'm agreeing with you, right? I wouldn't want to be with some dumb chick just because she's childless, right? Mm-hmm. I would take a well-to-do, like I'll take a Sierra, of course, you know what I'm saying? But let's be honest with it. There's not that many Sierras. Let's tell the truth. Now, if every single mom, in fact, I'll tell you like this: single moms back in the day were better than single moms today. Let's tell the truth.
I wouldn't know.
Single moms.
Yeah, I was about to say I really wouldn't know.
Well, okay, so there was more. Like Shaq. He's from. I'm from Jersey. Zara, we're from Jersey. We're Jersey boys. Shaq is from Jersey. and he's from Newark, and he was raised by a stepfather, right? But look at his regard to his stepfather. That's like his dad to him. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't exist anymore. Stepfathers don't get that same kind of praise anymore.
So there's no generalities. Like I think that like,
but you can't complain about the. Listen, I get it. You might not like what I'm saying or how I'm saying it, but in my personal opinion, I want you to focus on the point. Don't try to nitpick and you're saying it this way. Listen to the energy. What's the incentive for a well-to-do man to date a single mom in general? I'm not saying there's black and whites, there's nuances. But we can't move through life if we keep talking about nuances. When you tell your kid, look left and right before they cross the street, you might not have to do that in every scenario, right? But that's a rule of thumb. I'm a licensed gun owner now, right? We have there's like a lot of rules of thumbs for guns. Treat every gun like it's loaded. Now, do you technically have to? If you know damn well you put the bullets over here and the gun over here, technically not. But it's a rule by thumb. Never point a gun at something you don't want to destroy.
Hold on.
That's a rule by thumb. Right, there's a lot of rules by thumb.
But I don't.
Window. So this argument about
what you think is a better rule of thumb?
The one thing I was going to say, the last thing I'm going to say before you jump in, Logics, is that this idea that we try to shame generalizations, everything works off of generalities. We can't make, you know what I'm saying? When you go to stores, small, medium, large, those are general. You know what I'm saying? That's not.
But your general isn't based on anything but how you feel. That's the problem.
No, it's not.
Isn't.
No, you said that.
Wait, okay. So what do you think is a better metric? What do you think is a better metric? How about you avoid women that treat you bad, women that are disrespectful to their friends and family, or women that are very promiscuous while you're trying to seriously date? Is that a better thing to follow, or don't date single moms?
I think you can use both of them.
But I feel like you could potentially be missing out on something. I'm not saying, hey, go out there and find them.
A rule of thumb
all it is actually hurting other people. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if you're disqualifying them for what, there's no metric that says single moms are bad partners. There's nothing that you can point to that objectively proves that.
Do you judge people by their character? Do you judge people by their character?
Yes, but being a single mom is not a character.
It's sexual irresponsibility.
But just because they're a single mom, that doesn't mean they were sexually irresponsible, though.
Yeah.
You could avoid becoming a single mom for the most part.
No.
You can't? Okay, so
not necessarily true.
Okay, let me understand you guys correctly. Single mother is
we're not saying that.
You have no control of it. So, and this is my issue that to me, I think you guys are pandering women and don't want to hold them accountable. No. And we all know women don't like to be held accountable in general. This is a generality. I know you guys hate generalities. But in general, we know that women are allergic to
okay, hold on, no. People are allergic to accountability. Hold up.
No. I'm gonna go gender specific. Women in general, not all the time, are allergic to accountability. I could see you if you go. I've made almost 500 videos on my channel. I'm telling you, I've seen video after video after video after video after video of. I had a girl. I put out a video last night. A woman who attacked a man who she was cheating on. He was contra. Like there's a married couple. They're both in the military. Military man, military woman, right? She's on camera assaulting him, right? She assaulted him. Okay, he went to the police after she assaulted him because he knew that. All right, if I retaliate, I could obviously lose my job. I could get arrested. So he went to the police, right? When he went to the police station and he told the cops, he showed them the video. They knew that she was the aggressor, right? While they're at the station, you know what's funny? She showed up to the police station. She was so guilty of it after attacking him that she knew he was going to go to the cops. She went to the police station. The cops addressed her and confronted her after already seeing the video. They seen the video. They knew that she attacked him first. She was the aggressor. They wanted her side of the story. All she did when she told her side of the story was blame the man for why she attacked him. And I'm going to tell you right now, that is not uncommon. It is not uncommon for women to blame you for why they did what they did. Just like they're going to blame you for why they're a single mom. And you could condone that all you want, and you can promote that.
Okay, so let's go back to that point. You said you feel like that we are pandering to women. At the beginning of this conversation, yes. I told you one of the main things that's big within myself is just like being objective and just looking at a lot of different situations, and also this particular situation, it has so much nuance to it, and I feel like you aren't even opening up your mind to the possibilities that could lead a woman to become a single mother. So all right, fuck it, let's go to, since we've been talking about extremes here, let's go to an extreme. Woman got raped, she doesn't believe in abortion, she wanted to have the kid, and she's a single mom because she decided to have that child. Does that make her sexually irresponsible? Like, is she a bet?
No, it does not. It does not, and it makes her the exception.
Okay, but that's my issue. Grape.
No, because we talked about this, and a lot of politicians take a stance on this. They're against the A word, except for in grape, incest, and risk of killing the mother. You know what I'm saying? And like death of the mother based on childbirth. But those are exceptions. Those usually not the reasons why people get the A word. Let's tell the truth. People are not usually getting the A word because incest. Because think about how many of these A words. I don't know if you want to say it. I don't know if we could say the actual word. I don't want to kill your stream or whatever. But if you think of the millions, because they happen by the million, bro. There's millions of these A words. If you look at the percentages, a very small portion of them are incest, grape, and because of potential death to the mother. Well, yeah, so I don't want to talk about something that has very low significance and talk about it like it's the most common case.
But
like,
you don't.
Let me go back to.
Yeah, well, hold on. Wait. Wait.
We don't need no analogies. We can talk
about what I can talk about. Bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you. If I can't express myself and give my analogies.
No, you can't.
For using analogies, bro. And you can't be the judge on which the analogy is a good analogy or not. That's not fair.
I'm not saying it's not good. I was just saying
we can't be both having a discussion and you get to judge whether what I'm saying is a good analogy or not.
I didn't say it wasn't good. I said we don't need to have an analogy. We can actually talk about the subject.
And guys, keep in mind, I also wanted to have SAR's input on this situation as well on this topic. SAR, what do you think about this? Oh wait, we can't even hear you. You muted.
You muted.
Oh, still muted. Damn. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, bro.
I have no.
But yeah, bro, I think it's inappropriate.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Okay, let me take my microphone off. So, like I said, I'm very selective with the women that I date. The single mothers that I've dated, their husbands cheated on them, or something traumatic happened where it wasn't necessarily the woman's fault. And I understand women go through different situations just like men do. So you can't blame all women for being a single mother. But their children were very disciplined. Their children were very respectful. Their children, they did a great job raising their children. They still would have the dad see the children once a week or every other week. They would switch off and change who looks after them. So I can't always put single mothers being bad in one box. And that's what everyone wants me to do on my videos because they watch all these other videos of why single mothers are so bad, why you never date them. But one thing I'll never be is a hypocrite because, once again, single mothers have been the best women I've ever had in my life. But I think as a man, you should also learn how to vet a woman properly. You have to learn how to vet women properly so you don't get involved with certain ratchet women, disrespectful women. And you don't know someone's situation. But I understand where Shape is coming from because at the same time, certain women, they're not meant to be mothers. You could just look at a woman and like you're not meant to be a mother in this world. So why would you bring a child into this world, or why would you have a guy bust a nut inside of you, even when he knows that? So I think, once again, it takes two to tango. But if guys weren't so desperate and they actually thought rationally without their head downstairs, all these women wouldn't be getting pregnant that aren't meant to be mothers.
Okay.
So
I
go ahead.
appreciate you.
Go ahead, Watts, go ahead.
So Shay, so Sar just basically said that he has dated single mothers within their own situation, it wasn't necessarily their fault, whether it was a situation of where they were in a relationship and the guy left, or they were married and got divorced. Are those particular situations, are you saying those are also are those also like exceptions to the rule in this case? Because there are okay, wait, time out. When you say that's an exception to the rule, it's usually one exception. It's not multiple.
No, well, listen, it's a group. Listen, I mean, a group of outcomes, could be the minority of outcomes, but there's still a group. Black people are a minority, what I'm saying? But there's still millions of us in America. You know what I'm saying? So we're just talking about what is the common occurrence. We know hookup culture is leading to a lot of single motherhood. The culture of hookup, right? Can we agree that hookup culture is leading to a lot of women becoming single moms?
Possibly.
That women have more. That women have high body counts, and that we are fornicating in society commonly, right? That most people are not married.
I mean, yeah.
Can we agree with that?
Yeah.
I think women can single-handedly change that without us doing it, without any male control. Women can decide tomorrow that we are only going to sleep with our husbands, and the norm would be.
But no. I'm no.
Like, to me, that's ad hominem.
No, I'm
gonna keep it real with you. Like, I don't mind having a conversation, but if we're gonna laugh, like I'm making.
No, I'm
you guys arguments because it's just like
no, I'm not. I'm
gonna keep it real with you, and it's like I don't want to have the conversation.
No, I'm not laughing at. I'm laughing at you because I'm laughing because everything like. Whenever you say something, I always think of a counter argument in my head. It's not like in disrespect to you because.
But you could see how that's kind of impolite.
Sure, but also if you watch my videos, you got to know I'm just I'm in yeah. Don't take it personally. I'm just an animated person. Yeah.
Nah, Watts, I don't take it personally, but bro, when we on a playback, it's not gonna look good. I'm making an argument. You're like, ha, 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 ha. It's gonna come off as you don't respect the difference of opinions. Like, look, I accept that you guys have a different opinion of me. And I'm going to tolerate you, and I'm not going to attack you personally, right? We said we're not going to do ad hominems, right? It's because it doesn't make any sense.
But me having a reaction isn't an ad hominem. Like I wasn't laughing specifically at you. Like I was laughing because of the rebuttal that I was going to come up with in my head because I had a direct response to what you just said. And if we can go back to the conversation, that'd be dope. So what you said specifically. You said you felt like you said you felt like women at the end of the day, you said hookup culture is a huge part, it leads to, promiscuity, blah, blah, blah. I'm paraphrasing here, obviously, but you said if women were to just take a stance and just like wear a chastity belt and say, you know what, no more, we're no longer allowing men to enter our bodies unless they are our husbands, right? But why is it that men can't do the same thing? Why can't men say, you know what?
We can.
I was just about to say, how come? Why is it that men we can't say, yo, I'm either gonna wear a condom or I'm just not gonna do it? No, I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
We can, but even though it takes two people to make a kid, it only takes one person. Only one person gets a decision whether that kid is born or not. A woman has full control of whether a child is born. You cannot force a woman to give birth to your child. You cannot force a woman to give birth to your child. If a woman has your child, she made that decision. If I got a girl pregnant right now, she's like, I'm gonna have an abortion. What can I do?
I mean,
can I take her to court?
I mean, no, you aren't wrong, but also.
Can she get it? How many
Hold
times
on.
can a girl get
You are not wrong, but also I do think that it lies on us to have those conversations before we even have intercourse in the first place. What are your thoughts on abortion? If we had a kid by any chance, would you get rid of it or would you keep it? I think that responsibility lies on both parties. We need to have those conversations.
But women can single-handedly veto whether you have a kid or not. And that's powerful. We got to give women their honest power. Women have the power to say if they don't want to carry your child, they can get rid of it with impunity. You can't stop them. Tell me, how can you stop a woman from
I'm
saying
not
that
saying
you're gonna
that.
abort your child?
I'm not. I'm.
So that means women have unilateral decision on who becomes a parent or not when in America. That's just the reality of it. So if we ignore that and say it's on both on men and women, when I can't force a woman to give birth to a child, if I could force a woman to give birth to a child, then it's on both of us, right? But I can't. So ultimately, she decides whether we have sex or not, if her legs are open or not, right? In general, there's all situations, there are exceptions, right? But she decides, and then from there, she also decides whether we use a condom or not. She decides whether, even after that, she just takes a plan B or not. There's so many steps before an abortion. There's
So do men have any agency in this entire process?
Of course, we have agency, but after semen leaves your body, you have no agency.
But the way you frame it all, it just makes it sound like we're passive parties in this whole thing. It's as if,
do you agree? Can you force a woman to give birth to your child?
No, but
therefore, if she has veto power, you got to respect that veto is a strong power.
That's fine. I'm sorry. I kind of got lost as to what this was even the premise of this argument was.
Look at it objectively.
What was this about?
Women have full control over whether they give birth to a child.
Okay.
100% in America currently right now. Is that true? Yes or no?
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. So, but are you saying that?
But that's not a small. If you minimize that, it's not respect to its actual.
I'm not.
Gravity.
I was gonna say. Are you saying that to say that because they might have a child in unideal circumstances, then I guess more blame is on it? Because I don't want us to get off of what this conversation was about.
But that's what is a single motherhood is a choice. Is the point I'm trying to say.
It's if you not always a choice,
but most of the time.
How do you know that? I feel like what are you basing that off of?
Because here's the 3 steps. A woman decides if you can sleep with her or not, right? Can you decide that? Can you just say, "Hey, girl"?
Hey, real quick. That is so hard. I can never do that on FaceTime, bro. With the thumb that just popped up. Oh, okay. My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw you off. That's crazy. Yeah, I could never do that.
Sorry. I got a new laptop. So this is the new MacBook and shit like that. I got a new laptop.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the point I'm trying to make is like we need to give women their actual power. If women have actual power, we should not dim their power. If a woman can control who has access to her body, if she can control whether she decides that person becomes a father or not, we have to preserve that power. We can't say, oh, no, well, men is equal. No, it's not. Women have more power in this particular situation, and we need to respect that.
But what I'm saying is that you're saying that based off of opinions of how you feel about single motherhood. Like there is no like this is the sole reason women are single mothers.
Who told you it's because of opinions?
Yeah,
I keep
because
asking you, what are you basing this off of?
I just asked you. Can we all agree on this? That women get to decide who sleeps with them? Yes or no?
That's not what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about though. But that's what I'm talking about. I just asked you a question.
But even that, no matter whether how they decide who they sleep with, that does not translate to them choosing to be a single mother.
You're worrying down the power that a woman has.
No, I'm
hold them. If a woman decides who she sleeps, can a woman stay okay? Can a girl stay a virgin as long as she wants to?
You're skipping.
Hold up, real quick. Hold up, real quick. Shape, let Logix finish his thought, and then you can provide a rebuttal. And sorry, you can you can apply a rebuttal afterwards as well.
I'm saying, like, despite any choices she's making, the fact is, whether or not she made it through the right ways or the wrong ways, it does not translate that she chose to be a single mother necessarily across the board, or in most cases, unless you could show me that. That's why I'm saying, like, I feel like you're basing that claim off of how you feel about the situation. It's not based in any tangible metrics. That's what I'm getting at. So, like, women get married and get divorced. Women get married and get left. People pass away, people become abusive, people get on drugs. There's just so many things that happen to people, whether it's the woman's fault or not. It's just the fact that to say like women control having baby, that's irrelevant to being a single mom on its face. Like it's those.
But that's your opinion.
Those are two different. No, wait, what?
So what you're saying is a fact. What I'm saying is opinion.
It's
You
a
just said
fact
it,
that there. Wait, so
hold on,
you're
hold on.
saying
I
it's a
wanna make sure
fact
I
that
finish.
you're.
What you said right
you're
now is a fact or opinion?
it's a fact that there's different reasons people are single mothers. Yes.
Okay, and it is a fact that women decide who they sleep with.
That has nothing to do with what I'm saying, though.
Bro, the question was it? No. The question was it a fact? You didn't answer the question. Was it a fact or is it opinion? Because
Yes.
your argument was I'm saying opinions, and I asked you something I just said. Is that a fact or opinion? When I
Yeah,
just
that's
said?
a fact. Yes.
Okay, so then
we
right
choose
there,
who we have sex with.
you skewed my argument to say that it's all opinions, and that's a way
No,
to deflect and
what
try
I'm
to.
saying is an
Bro,
opinion.
you try to minimize what I say by calling it opinions. But
No.
I just asked you if it's an opinion if a woman determines if she's a virgin or not, or if she has sex or not.
That's not what I'm trying to argue.
But what about? But you're not the only one having the discussion. Forget about what you're just trying to say. What about what I'm trying to say?
What are you trying to say?
I just right there. Can women decide how long they can keep their virginity and who they have sex with? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Is that an opinion or fact?
Men and women can. Yeah.
A woman can't do that. Why you got to throw men in there?
What?
This is why it's pandering. So okay.
I just want to be clear because
my
you make things gendered that aren't gendered. But
my last opinion on this, and I'm gonna be quiet, is you don't like to hold women accountable, and I understand that. It's a way to pander to women.
That's a weird judgment.
Oh,
I mean, you see, bro, it's so interesting debating with people because that's like ad hominem. When you decide that you can measure when you can measure my opinion, oh, that's weird. This. When you do that, when you say little stuff like that, you're trying to measure it. You don't determine.
I don't think
you could agree with it or disagree with it, but you can't determine it. You can't determine whether I have a good argument.
I don't.
How I feel about it. That's how I feel about it.
I understand how you feel about it, but you agree that
you
can't determine. You are not the one that determines if I have a good argument.
I can't change. Oh, that's fine, but people gonna make their own
But that's what you're
judgments.
doing.
No. Okay. So wait. Time out. Hold up.
You see how that?
There's nothing objective. In
Yeah,
that
he
term.
wasn't.
I'm
Yes,
not
Logic
trying to
wasn't
say,
calling
hey,
you weird.
and
You are.
If every time you talk,
No, he wasn't. He wasn't saying that.
that's weird. That's
You
weird.
said that Logic's was basically pandering to women out of this conversation, out of this exchange.
Because every time I said,
because it.
Bro, my
don't
question
agree
was
with
about,
and that's fine. We can
I don't
agree
with the framing. That's why.
and you don't have to, but it doesn't.
He didn't say
I
that.
didn't say that. I didn't.
But bro,
say that.
I'm not saying you said it, but you're implying it when you make smirky remarks like that's weird.
Dude, I
You
said.
have to, if you don't understand that, bro.
No, I said
you can't
that's
have
a
the
weird
conversation.
judgment for you to say you
According
don't like
to
holding
who?
women
Okay,
accountable.
right?
I said
But
that's
according-
you're
do
talking
we
about
agree
me.
Do
You're
we don't
saying it about me.
But
I
so
said
if you want to express yourself, that makes sense to me. You say,
All right, you know, hey, let's just go ahead and that's fine. Let's just change it to
That's my opinion.
you're good. Let's just change it to a different
I'm not
gear because
gonna
there is something else that I wanted to get into, and I want Sar's opinion on this. So one thing that came out of the conversations before was that I don't know, Shape. I don't know if it was you or if it was Sar, but you guys basically said that taking care of another man's child is simp behavior, and I just want you guys to expand upon that a little more, just because with me personally, I don't necessarily think that's simp behavior. Like I said before, if you love a woman and she just so happens to have a child and you want to take care of that kid because the father isn't around, he could be deceased, in jail or whatever, I think that's totally fine. I don't think that's you simping. I think that's you making a choice. So Sar, I want your opinion. What do you think about this?
Now, it's always a person's attitude towards it. Majority of the guys that become stepfathers, they feel as if they're superheroes now. They have that type of attitude. I'm here to save this woman, my job, because they've been programmed to do that. Now, I respect the guys where they go in with the attitude of, you know what, I love this woman. I know she has a child. I'm willing to take care of it. I'm not going to be seen as some superhero, or I don't want to get on her good spirits and be put up on a pedestal because of what I'm doing. Beta males have that exact opposite attitude when they go into those marriages or relationships because they've been programmed to believe otherwise. So they feel as if they're doing something holy for the woman, and it doesn't come out from a place of being giving. It doesn't come from a place that is in their heart. That's what I can't stand, because they act like they're doing a good deed, but in reality, they're snakes in disguise. They're just doing this to impress them and to show them that there's some holy man that is super nice compared to all these other guys that she met. That's what I can't stand, is the hypocritical attitude behind these beta males and these simps. Now, like I said, if a man has a child and he meets a woman who also has a child of her own, I've seen that work, where the children may be teenagers or they're grown. They don't need each other to take care of one another's children. Relationship can work great that way. But at the same time, majority of good quality women, if you're a man who's a single father, and I've done a lot of consultations, this is based off my experience from what guys tell me. When they meet a beautiful woman who doesn't have any children and they find out that he has children, they'll ghost that guy. They don't want anything to do with him anymore. Right? So I teach men, why do you tell her right away that you have children? He's like, oh, why not? I should be honest and upfront. But I'm like, yeah, but why would you disqualify yourself without her getting to like you first? What if she ends up liking you? You're a cool dude. And then one day she finds out you have a child and you act like it's no big deal. Like, yeah, I have a child, but I'm not looking for someone to take care of it.
Really
That
quick.
changes the
Really
dynamic.
quick. I understand.
Sure.
Do you think that's a little bit disingenuous, maybe? A little bit? Because I understand what you're saying. I would understand as to why someone would not reveal that information like out the gate, like, hey, just to let you know, I got a kid and we just met 5 minutes ago. So would you say withholding that information for a little while is a little bit disingenuous?
No, not at all, because in the beginning, you never want to put a lot of pressure on a woman. Because guys, when they come out in the open and tell women they have a child or they used to be married, there's all this pressure that they put on her, where in her mind she's thinking, oh my God, is he looking for the next mother of his child? Like, I'm not ready for that. I just met this guy. Because women are based on emotions. Like, that's what's going through their head. And I learned this because back in the day when I was 19, 20 years old, I was like, how do I get the older women, like 25 and older? So I would never tell them my age. They just assumed I was 21 and older. I never lied to them until I got them to like me. And then when they found out I was 20, it was no big deal to them because I already built that attachment. So it's the same thing with a man that has a child. Guys go into the dating scene thinking they have to reveal everything to the woman. But I'm telling you, a good quality woman, if she meets a man who's a single father, most of them aren't going to want to get in a relationship with them because they want children of her own.
But you don't, I mean, some people, it's not that they can't have kids with a woman that has kids already, right? You said because they want them on their own. That's not stopping
literally
them,
what I was about to say.
depending on the situation, right?
Yeah.
You know? So,
yeah. But I believe, like most good quality women, they want to have children of their own with a man who doesn't already have children. Okay?
Yeah,
but
and that's probably how they got their first kid.
If what?
And that's probably and that could be what happened with their first kid. Or kids or whatever. They maybe they was together, had 2 kids, it didn't work out, and they meet somebody else, and the guy may or may not want to have kids, and just because she had kids, depending on her age, it doesn't stop them from having their kids, you know?
Yeah. I mean, listen, everyone's situation is different, but I've been in situations where beautiful women have told me to bust inside of them, and I'm not stupid. Like, come on, guys, let's be honest. Like, I know what's going on. Okay, but I don't know how guys fall for it. I don't understand.
I mean, in college, I have friends
they don't value
that was
themselves,
like, bro. My friends in college, I was like,
you tripping,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, bro,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you tripping, like big time.
Like, y'all crazy.
That's insane. Because I know, because the more alpha you are in their mind, because that's a perceived value. Like, the more attractive they are to you, the more they want you to impregnate them. And women are all in the moment. They'll tell you, oh my God, finish inside of me. Right? And you know damn well she's not on birth control. And you're like, nah, I've seen this before. So you got to be smart.
I agree.
Men have to be smart, man.
I agree with both of y'all, like, on that. And that's what I said. That's why I was trying to ask, like, I think a better way to frame these types of conversations would be, like, looking at poor qualities in people, not, like, if they have a kid or not. You know, now, you could even use that as a metric of that person's character. How do they treat their
Great
kid? Are
point.
they a good parent? You got a sign right now that she could be a shit parent, and you see that, you're like, oh, hell no, like, I'm not dealing with a woman that can't be a good parent, because you can find that out the hard way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you end up thinking somebody's this great woman, and then a kid come around and maybe she does the 180 on you, and now you stuck with a kid with a woman that ain't shit to the kid. You know what I'm saying? So, and of course, again, this isn't to say this is a better option is to go the route with single moms, but it's a barometer to check that person's character. And I think checking people's character and finding out flaws that some people may not want to deal with in their relationships is a better barometer of dating people than to be like, does she have a kid? You know, because that doesn't tell you the whole story.
Let me ask you a question. If I to Logics and Watts, if a man goes to jail for 10 years,
Yeah, what do you go to jail for?
Anything about his character?
What do you go to jail for?
Okay, I'm glad you said that. So that means you look at the case by case, like what Watts was saying before, right? But if you couldn't get that information, if you don't know anything about it, just in general, 10 years, you don't know nothing, you don't have any other information, are you gonna suspend?
You want me to be honest?
Or are you gonna make a judgment about it?
I don't have an opinion on it because I don't know why he went to jail. I don't.
You don't.
Correct.
You don't want to know. You'd wait till you have more information. Okay, I'm gonna give it a super extreme scenario right now. I'm gonna give you a super extreme scenario right now. Watts is a married man, right? Watts, there's a knock on the door at 3:00 in the morning. You don't know any other reason. There's a man outside. He got a mask on. You don't know any other reason. Okay. What are you gonna assume he's there for? 3 a.m.
First
in
of
the
all,
morning,
what hood booger shit am I up to where there's a man with a mask?
That's what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? And he could be.
Nah. First of all,
it could be that.
Of course not. Anybody knocks on my door at 3 a.m., I'm not opening it.
Of course. And so what I'm trying to say is a single mom is like that in a way. And a single mom is like that.
Hold up.
Bro. This conversation, bro, this is really
No,
hard
we're just
Bro, I have an emotion.
No one on our side is doing that. No one on our side. When you guys speak,
yeah, I wouldn't be offended either. We're just trying to see how you're going to tie it in. That's all. I'm just trying to see how you're going to tie it in.
It's a really bold
analogy,
like
you said yourself it was extreme.
You can't.
Bro, we animated. We are literally animated. It's what I do for a living.
Okay. It's my career. So okay. I perceive behavior like that as to be unintentionally discounting someone's argument before they make it.
I didn't discount it. I just think it was a.
Do you feel like someone's taking you seriously if they laugh right before you speak? You personally, if you're about to speak right now, you don't know anything else about them. Every time you're about to talk to them, they're laughing at you. If you're in an interview, you're interviewing for a job, and the guy wants to get to know you, and every time you open your mouth to say something, he starts laughing. Do you think he's taking you seriously?
My reaction was
correct
after what you said. It wasn't before you started
so
talking.
You're on a job interview. I'm giving a job interview, just an analogy, so we can talk about the relationships of things. And people keep asking why I do analogies. Law school, people that go to law school, I never went to law school, but if you read about law books, the bar exam, that thing, they compare things based on relationships. The whole book of the law school books are relationships. And so here we're trying to find that relationship between one or two things, and that's why I'm using an analogy. If you're on an interview with a man, and he keeps laughing after you say every word, do you feel like he's taking you seriously?
It would depend on what was said. That's the real answer.
So you don't know.
That's the real answer.
You would suspend judgment. If a man laughs every time you speak, you would suspend judgment?
Nobody's laughing every time you speak, so it's a false analogy.
I'm asking you a question, but I'm asking you a question. Just say no, you can just answer the question.
I mean, if somebody laughed every time I spoke, I'd be like, what's funny?
Okay. And that's exactly what I'm thinking of, because when I'm making my point, you know what I'm saying, and I don't want to hit on it too hard, but to me, it's for me.
But Shake, you have to admit, you are the one. You laughed before you said, "I'm going to give the most extreme example." No, I'm not saying that you mad. I'm just. No, I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying that you're mad. I'm just saying you cannot blame us for laughing when you said you were going to give an extreme an example, and you gave an extreme example, and it was extreme.
But yeah, I'm using.
All right, go ahead. Yo, tie it in because I'm very curious. All right.
Okay, so
The hood booger knocks on my door at 3 a.m.
Oh, yeah, that's on your door. Okay. The point I'm trying to say is that, there's a book called Snap, right? And humans, we make snap judgments because we don't always have all the information. And so when people talk about single moms, it's kind of, we're talking about in a sense without information. With more information, you have a better idea of what you could potentially do. But with limited information, if you don't know anything else about somebody, if I have a son and he's doing very well, he's about to get drafted to the NBA, and he brings home a single mom, without me knowing anything else about it, I'm gonna assume, Joe, bro, what are you doing?
But
right? Without knowing anything else. Now, it could be Sierra that he brought home. Yeah, I guess so. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be a hood booger who made bad decisions, who's sexually promiscuous, and don't know how to keep
I was about to say, so question, in that instance, would you not trust the judgment of your own son that if he's bringing home, really? You raised him?
Of course not. Yeah, but he's, you know what? I didn't create his biology.
What?
I didn't create his biology. Look, the nature of man. Do you guys never? I don't know. Maybe you guys are very moral people, but you know the stuff that people.
I mean, some men,
yeah. Go through to get laid?
Some men, yeah. I get it.
Men go through to get laid.
No, yeah, I get it.
Saying, but where a man's your sexual motivation is one of the strongest motivating factors in your life as a man. Natural motivation in life is your sexual desire. So men are willing to do all types of stuff to get laid. So for me, if you brought home, my assumption would be you're sexually attracted to her. That's it. I'm not gonna assume that you judged her character correctly.
Go ahead, Logic.
Of course not.
I was gonna say I think I'm pretty much watch too probably, but I'm arguing that I just think that's a bad heuristic to date off of. I don't think that. Baby,
and I think it's a good, and so we disagree. I think it's a good.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we could. That's what I think we could really get at, though. I think that's the heart of the conversation. You know what I'm saying?
If you don't want to judge someone for being a single mom, that's fine. But just know I judge it no differently than I judge a man who went to jail for 10 years. Because a single mom is a life sentence.
But somebody that committed a crime,
poor choice.
I get what.
Poor choice.
Yes,
it could be an innocent guy.
It could be
poor choice.
In
a bad scenario.
It could. It's a lot of factors. I'm gonna be consistent with that. There's a lot of factors, but I think that's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing about being a single mom where that heuristic is good to choose who to date. That's what I'm saying, because you're leaving out way more important things that could matter.
You don't always have all the information. The point I'm trying to say.
You don't date with minimal, like, if we're gonna go off of like bringing somebody home. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta vet people, right? You gotta vet people. So you could do the, I'm talking about Logic. I mean, I'm talking about Watts at night, 3 a.m. in the morning. He's vetting that person already.
There's absolutely no upside. There's no upside to seeing why somebody's on my door at 3 a.m. with a mask on.
Well, look at that limited information, though. Limited information is you don't know who it is. You don't know why they're there. So all you know is they got a mask on at 3 a.m. Yeah. Same thing with single mom. You don't know anything about her. You just know her age and that she's a single mom.
I think that's a bad analogy. I think
it's a good analogy.
I don't see where, but there's a harm in the potential of somebody at your door. It's just nothing to gain. There's a mutual understanding.
What is the gain? What do I gain from a woman having a child?
That's not her entire existence. Why are you acting like the child is the end all be all?
Do you understand you have 24 hours in a day?
Yeah.
Do you understand that children are time intensive?
Yes.
Yes. Do you understand that if you're a single mom, they're even more time intensive because you don't have help?
Yeah, probably.
So, on average, women that are single moms have less time for the men that they're dating.
Maybe. Correct. Maybe.
They have just as much time. They have just as much time as a woman without kids.
But these are all just judgments that man can make.
I'm asking you a question. Who do you think has more available time to date, a single mom or a woman without kids?
I don't know. It depends on what that woman without kids does.
Depends. In her spare time. So on average, there's not a significant amount of time that having a child costs in an individual's life. On average, it's almost like not having a child at all. Is that what you're saying? Having a child is almost like not having a child at all when it comes to cost of your time.
No, I'm saying that people use their time differently. That's what I'm saying.
If you have to take if you are the primary caretaker of a child as a mom,
Yeah.
Do you know what that's like? Do you know single
Yeah.
moms?
I'm
Because
married.
now it sounds like you're ignorant of. You don't even know single moms. Single
I
moms
know.
don't got no time, bro.
Not necessarily. I know single moms that have.
That's I do agree with
That's why
Logic's here.
anecdotes are
Anecdotes are really
relevant.
relevant because I also know single moms that do have a little more
So-
time on their hands because they have help. It also there are so many scenarios that contribute
But-
to this. Like are the grandparents involved? Do they have a village? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but a single mom needs all those things where a person
I
who's
mean,
single
yeah.
don't need any of them.
Yeah.
But what is that? That doesn't mean anything though, as far as what you're trying
For
to date.
you, no, but from your perspective, it means nothing. From my perspective, it means everything.
Right. So, but what I'm saying is, where does that? How does that help men make better decisions in dating when you're leaving so many other better things?
Because
you can talk
honestly, it's
as
easier
far
to
as-
say we're gonna take a huge risk and say, you know what, there could be some exceptional single moms, but on average, a lot of them are probably people that made poor decisions. Therefore, we just vet
What,
them and
what
exclude.
is that based on? When you say that they made
There's
bad
so
decisions,
there's
what is
many
that
choices
based
you
on?
have to make before you're a mom. You don't become a mom on accident. There's many
A
choices.
mom on accident.
And there's many ways you become a mom. And
But there's many, regardless of what you like, you don't just end up in jail for 10 years. There's generally many choices you got to make in order to end up in jail for 10 years.
it's just, but you frame it as
Is that not true? If I
yes,
graduate
but
college,
it's just
okay,
I
okay,
don't. We don't agree with the
college, right?
analogy,
did.
so it's just
Yo,
like
watch, did you graduate college? Okay, did you graduate college logics?
yeah,
Okay, you got a bachelor's degree
Yeah.
logics?
yeah.
Okay, watch, you got a bachelor's degree? Were there many decisions you had to make to
I
graduate
mean,
college?
yeah,
Or did you just
I
graduate
had to
college all
make
the way?
decisions and put in the work.
You didn't just graduate
Yes.
college, right? There's a lot of choices.
But yes,
that are made.
choices.
There's a lot of choices, right? I'm saying that so there's no accidental.
I
college
know, I
graduates,
hear
there's no
you, but
accidental
like you said,
single
we
mom.
made the choice to put in the work and get the degree. Some single moms made the choice to be in a relationship that they thought was going to work, but hell, the father of her child cheated on her, and she no longer wants to be in that relationship. So.
But it's always the guy that did wrong. Why can we never talk
No.
about the woman doing wrong?
Hold up. No.
Every time
Do you?
when he's a
The
single
only
mom, she's a
the
victim.
only reason.
When is
The
a single
only
mom not the
reason
victim?
why I'm
When is a
phrasing
single
it
mom
that
not the
way is
victim?
because you're constantly making the woman the victim. That's the only reason why I'm just trying to provide.
Because
Everybody
you don't have no
does.
decision of who becomes a parent or not. I know.
I do not have any kids. Do you know? Wait,
hold
hold up. Do you want to know why I don't have
Why you
kids?
got any
Because
kids?
I know how to wear a fucking condom. You
about me? What
you
about
are
me?
probably a responsible individual.
You think I've never had any girl that said what SARS? You think I've never had a girl with whisper in my ear what Dar said out loud recently?
Hey, yo, real quick. Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the chat. My boy just put in the chat, Watts is neutered. I am not. I'm not.
No,
you know
but
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that's cool. But
just like I can make the decision to plan my parenthood, I'm a 37-year-old man without kids. If I could, so do I deserve any credit for that? I deserve zero credit for that. It just happened to me.
I agree.
if that was the choices you made, then you should be proud of that.
If it was a choice, you don't think it's so? You think I'd be 37 without making choices this way?
Maybe
You think-
you
so
could
you
be
think-
sterile. I don't know. Like I don't know. And that's not a joke. I'm just
all things being equal, meaning that there's no extraordinary scenarios. All things being equal, I'm fertile, all that stuff. Do you think I made any decisions to get up to this point and not have kids?
yes. It was
Okay.
intentional.
And should we reward behavior like that, or should we ignore it and say, well, if you had a kid or not, you're 37 or not, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. Are they equivalent to each other?
I'm not proud of people with kids, and I'm not proud of people without them.
I now understand why you feel the way you feel, because you don't actually see any credence to being someone of my age that didn't recklessly have a child.
No,
If you look at
not
me-
what
if
I
you look-
said. That is in no way what I'm saying.
I didn't say you said those
I'm
things.
not proud. I'm not proud. I think it's good if it's good for you. Like if that's the choices you made and you're happy with what you've done, I'm happy that you obtained what you want. I'm not walking around saying like, because you could be 37 with no kids and want them more than anything in the world. So why would I be proud of it? You get what I'm saying? So if you're where you want to be, I'm happy that you where you
Hey, yo,
want to be.
real quick.
I'm asking if I got here on
Shape,
accident.
give your
Is the
rebuttal,
point
and
I'm
then
trying
I have another question.
Yeah, I'm asking you if I'm if my choices were the reason why I'm here, or you think I just got here on accident. I'm trying to see how much you weigh people's choices in life, because to me, life is about choices.
I don't disagree.
If you don't feel like life is about choices, then fine.
I don't disagree with choices, but you're framing this conversation as if the woman made bad choices and that's why she's single, and that's not necessarily the case.
If you open up your okay, if you decide to not sleep with men that you're not married to, can you make that decision?
You can be married and no longer be.
No. I'm asking a question. That don't jump around. I'm asking you a specific question.
That's the
don't. But you,
of the
bro,
argument.
just stay. But no. But I want you to. In order to have a conversation, let's respond to each other. I'm asking you a direct question, right? Let's act like we're in a courtroom. I'm asking you a question. You all understand? I'm asking you a question. Don't say something outside of the question. I'm asking you a question specifically. You know what I'm saying? Can a woman choose not to have sex with anyone but the man that she's married to?
Yeah.
Okay. So there she has agency of her life. Is she a victim if she sleeps with a man that's not her husband?
Yeah. I mean, wait, what?
Is a woman a victim for sleeping with a man that's not her husband?
No, I'm not calling anybody a victim.
Okay, but to me, from what I perceive from what you guys are saying,
you
guys treat women like they're vulnerable victims. And they're not responsible for deciding to let a man
we never said that.
Not take a plan B afterwards.
We never said that. Look, I'm gonna keep it in.
Carry the pregnancy to term. I didn't say my argument wasn't that you said this word for word. My argument is that you're implying that if you don't hold her accountable for her decisions. If you don't hold her, if you can hold me accountable as a man, you said don't bust a nut in a woman, right? You can hold her accountable for letting a man bust a nut in her. Yes or no?
But this is part of why I say like you get to know people and the decisions they made, not just simply the single mom part. That's not what matters. What matters is what happened. What is your situation? That's what matters more.
So watch
when there's someone
at 3 o'clock in the middle of the night, go knock on the door. And
wait, can you address that part though? Wait, no. Can you address that? Can you address what I'm saying?
But wait, time out. But wait.
I'm not gonna
but Shape, you do realize life is literally filled with nuances. Like there is nuance to everything.
And life is full of life.
Okay, look, I'm gonna be honest.
I'm a personal trainer. Right? I could talk about overall American health in general. I can talk about specific issues. I train a dentist. He specifically has tight biceps because he sits in front of people like this all day. So his
and you got a certain routine with him because of what he's dealing with, right?
Specific with him. But on average, most people are not like him. Most people don't have tight biceps. He's a very unique person based on his lifestyle.
Right. And I'm sure the next person you work with, you can't give him the same routine as him, right? The next person you talk to, right? You can't give him the same routine as the guy with the tight biceps, right?
No,
because that's not what he got to deal with, right?
But you know what I could do, and we do this. I have a program that's generalized that almost anyone could use it. Almost anyone can use it. I can use a program. It's a beginner program for almost anyone can use it. There's certain people, 3 to 4 or 5% of people that it would not work well for, but most people work well for. In hospitals, they're general practice. We have, medicine is all general. Tylenol is general. When you take Tylenol is an example of something that's general. Can everyone, you know what I'm saying, take Tylenol? No, there's some people that can't. But in general,
all right. So we are more than likely going to have to agree to disagree on this. No. I'm not saying that. I'm just
okay.
Hold up.
But no, do you agree? No, do
you
agree that everyone takes Tylenol has the same weight?
I hear you.
I'm asking you because but when you guys make the argument that you're being too general, as if our whole life is being based off of generalities. Most of your life is based off of.
I love Shape. Shape. You're very knowledgeable, but holding women accountable, I used to do that in the beginning from watching all those red pill videos until I realized it's a fool's errand, because the accountability from what I learned and what the Bible teaches us, it's always going to fall on the man, no matter what. No matter how society views it, how you view it, shape, how I view it, accountability. And I'll give you a great example. No matter how many women I slept with in the past, I'm retired, barely any of them would ever ask me to put a condom on.
Bro, you're not retired, bro.
Like, why you gonna put him on blast like that?
Damn, you gonna put him out there.
I'm at a single mom's place right now, so I got to be careful what I say.
I was wondering, like, bro, where the fuck are you? I was like, what the hell is this?
If I blink twice, save me. But it's always the man's job.
So you're compromised. He's compromised.
Yeah. It's always the man's job to put the rubber on and lead the way for the women, because most women are just going to let you go in there raw. It's rare that some women, like maybe, a couple of them will tell you to put one on, but for even like the most angelic girls, if they're highly attracted to you, it's whatever you want to do.
Yeah, but they have the power to say no, though. We got to tell women they have the power to do that.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
We got to tell our daughters, you have the right to tell a man to put a condom on. You have the right to tell a man not to.
With that example, if they look up to you and you lead the way for them, they're cool with you wearing one or not wearing one. They won't say anything. But it falls on you. Even if she doesn't want you to wear one, you got to go like, nah, I'm not going to do this then unless I put a rubber on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're the one that leads the way, and then a lot of this can be prevented from women getting pregnant with these one-night stands, or with guys that fooled them and sold them a dream, and then they wanted nothing more to do with the woman.
Yeah.
That's how I look at things now. From doing this for 2 years, because I want men to be accountable, and I want men to respect themselves, but also take care of themselves and protect your seed.
You should do that. But we don't just have sons, we have daughters. And we got to tell our daughters how to move. And we can't talk for the sons in the neighborhoods to stay away from our daughters. All we can do is raise our daughters to be wolves, not sheep. I have an issue with people not telling women their power. I have a huge issue. Women have a lot of power, and we try to just glaze past it. I have a huge problem with that. Women have the power to refuse a lot of things that's happening in this world. They can refuse it. I think, personally, women can single-handedly kill hookup culture. And I hope they do. I hope some group of women at some point start a trend where they're just saying, I'm not for hookup culture. I'm not going to participate in it.
You're not going to get no pushback from...
Will that affect guys like me and you then, Shane?
Absolutely. And I'm okay with that, bro. I'm okay with it. You know why? Because I'm going to tell you, someone that has hooked up with a lot of women in their life, it ain't always cracked up to be anyway. You know what I'm saying? This whole chasing pleasure stuff, it ain't going to amount to nothing anyway. You know what I'm saying? I don't go to sleep thinking to myself, oh, man, I'm so glad I slept with all these beautiful women in my life. Like, bro, after you're done, that post-nut clarity, after you bust a nut, you're just like, oh, damn, like, that wasn't all that. It wasn't that big of a deal. Not like as a man, like, I think we should focus on our goals. We shouldn't focus on dating, chasing women, hookup culture, all those things. We need to stop focusing on that. And as women, I think they need to not focus on that either. I think we need to kill hookup culture, bro. I don't think hookup culture is benefiting Americans at all right now. I think we're suffering poorly because of it. Okay. And I think the women are suffering more, though, personally. Because I think sex is a lot more expensive.
You look at some countries being frowned upon. It's very frowned upon. And that's why you don't see too many single mothers that are Muslim or very religious, even Jewish, because they know that being married has its perks. But if you are a mother and you can't keep a marriage, it's frowned upon. And most other guys, if you're a single Muslim woman who has children, you're in America, of course, they're not going to want to remarry you. They're not going to want to marry you. Yeah. It's just their culture, their beliefs.
Their culture, they hold women way more accountable than we do, and they get better women than we do. We hold our women less accountable.
But until America changes their views and society changes as a whole in America, I don't think
more than likely not.
But do women have the power to kill hookup culture? Question for everybody on the panel right now.
Shay, I'm telling you now, we're not going to agree on this. I think I think everybody can
you don't
single-handedly.
think
Men can
stop
single-handedly stop hookup culture. Everybody can stop hookup culture. All you have to do is not do it.
Bro, no. But we're gonna measure this to the most specific, finite.
So
right?
do you think?
We're gonna reduce this to the absolute smallest factor? Yes, okay, men and women, but that's a bigger factor. That's 2 factor, right? Okay, so do you think men can single-handedly kill hookup culture?
Yes, both. I think both men and women.
And why?
First
and
of
why
all,
could men
if we're being honest,
single-handedly kill hookup culture?
obviously we're talking in hypotheticals. No one can kill hookup culture. It's gonna happen no matter what. It's going to happen.
No.
Okay,
see,
that's
where
fine.
We disagree. It was not always here.
Are you wait? How do you know that? How do you know that? Because bro, we were not living in the 1800s, early 1900s. You do not know what the hell was going on back then. Yes, I've read books.
You don't read books from the 1800s?
Wait, so
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Exist if it's
Dude,
documented.
No, but women's liberation is a movement. Do you think women's liberation has a time period or it doesn't?
Where do you think it came from? Why would they want to be liberated?
Because there's so different ideologies.
But maybe it's because it was happening and they wanted to be able to do it in open.
It wasn't
Is
happening.
that possible? Okay, I
so-
don't.
so
wait,
let-
is it fair to say that? Is it
let's
fair
take
to say? Because you was like, you feel like we pander to women. Is it fair to say you pander to men because you keep wanting to only put it on women? Is that fair to say? You said you feel like we're
No.
pandering to women
No.
because
I
we're
don't
saying
date
both.
men.
We're
I
not.
don't-
No,
why would I
we're
date-
both married, so
Yeah,
we're
women
not
still not
dating
dating.
anybody.
That's bro. If I'm pandering to
That's
men,
not
that means I'm trying to
necessarily
get along
true.
with you guys.
Not
But
necessarily.
I'm going against. Bro. Are you? Am I going against you guys? Yes or no?
Wait, what? No, I'm saying you might be
Am I going
pandering
against you
to
guys? You
your
said pandering to men,
audience.
but
Right.
am I
People
challenging
pander
you
to
guys?
their audience. People pander to their audience, not necessarily who you're
I'm
talking
not, bro. I'm not pandering to my audience. What I'm saying, Jordan Peterson said. So I could say other intelligent people have talked up like this.
I
I'm
can
not the
say
only one.
intelligent people talk like us. That doesn't mean anything.
Okay, man. This man discounts every bro. Shout out to
That's
you. man.
what you said on the
Shout out to
other
you.
side.
I'm
not discounting it.
I would never want to have an argument with somebody who thinks they could not only make an argument against me, but then
time out.
Be the judge of our arguments and then make their arguments. You're playing 2 roles? You're playing 2 roles. You're playing the judge.
Time out. Do you think
plaintiff,
someone simply questioning your
roles.
argument is them
There's 2
judging it?
roles to
Because
play.
I've been questioning your argument this whole time. Like
No, I don't think you. I think the words that Logic says is making specific judgments.
You said Jordan Peterson says.
You
this
said it doesn't
in
matter,
other
correct?
No, I'm okay. I'm sorry. Yes, I said that. But
wait, hold on. Let's go back. Did you say
I
it does
acknowledge
not
my
matter when
mistake.
Okay.
So,
When you
let me
make
finish my
arguments-
point.
Bro, when you make an argument though, I don't say that doesn't matter. I just try to.
The reason I said it doesn't matter is because it was an appeal to authority. Jordan Peterson is not the speaker of this topic. You said other people say this and
He
they
is a
agree with
clinical
me.
psychologist.
And I said I can quote and say other people agree with me on this
But
topic.
that's a false equivalency. Just because you can find, just because you can find something on the internet that's not true. doesn't
Wait,
mean that all information on the internet is not true.
Wait, what are you talking about? Not
I
true?
said it just like that. Just because.
No, what do you
can
mean not
fi-
true?
When I,
You
when I
appeal
swear-
to Jordan
when-
Peterson. I
when
said I can appeal to
because-
people that agree with
because
what
he's
I
a-
think too.
he's
So
a
that
credible-
doesn't mean anything.
He is a credible clinical psychologist. Is he
This
not?
is an appeal to authority, bro.
Bro. I understand his appeal authority because I'm using.
That's fallacious.
But it's not salacious because when you give a works cited, you don't care about the credentials of your works cited.
This isn't a study.
Bro, I'm making an argument. This is like an essay. My words are like a verbal essay. When I'm making a verbal essay, I'm producing my works cited, and then you tell me, oh, your works cited don't matter.
I'm telling you that I can find.
It's unfair. That's an unfair way to have a debate with somebody because you're
that's-
playing the judge.
That's a
and you're playing the
fallacious.
person.
No, I'm telling you that's a fallacious argument because
From
I
whose
can do it and it
perspective?
won't get it.
But we
It
don't-
won't get it. I won't
but
use
we-
that. I won't. You haven't seen me use anecdotes. You haven't seen me appeal to authority.
We don't agree what you just said though. Therefore, you're making a judgment. We don't both agree on that. I don't agree with what I'm saying salacious. That's your perspective.
It-
But you don't got to keep pointing that out.
it is. It's-
but instead of saying it's here, how about this, right? Show and tell. Instead of telling me it's salacious, why don't you prove it's salacious? Why don't you prove that? Why don't you prove that me bringing up Jordan Peterson is such a salacious thing? Prove it right now.
Fallacious. I said it's a fallacious argument.
Prove it.
And the reason it's fallacious is because Jordan Peterson isn't an authority over. He isn't an authority over this conversation.
And are you an authority over this conversation?
I'm not saying I am. I was telling you that that's a fallacious argument to say like, oh, Jordan Peterson agrees with me, therefore I'm correct.
I'm saying I'm not.
That's not how you.
No, he was asking a question.
I said, could I say that?
No, he asked a question.
You said before I'm trying to paint it.
No, he asked you a question. Yeah.
So you never said.
He legit asked you a question.
I asked you.
Okay, but you're implying by asking that question.
He was questioning your logic.
That was the logic you had.
So I said no. So do you agree with me? Okay, so I said no. Do you agree that now that I said no, do you agree that I'm not pandering to men?
So we weren't pandering to women here, right?
No, I don't agree that. I believe you're pandering to women.
Well, then that's
I'm just telling you what I believe.
Then that's what I'm saying. You're holding two contradictory stances.
You're allowed to be about pandering men, but that proves my point that I said when you believe that I'm pandering to men, I bring up the argument. I'm not the only one saying this, and I bring up a clinical.
He didn't say that you.
Oh, you can't use that. That's salacious. You see, you discount when I make an argument. You discount it, but you're not any more of an authority than Jordan Peterson is either. You're not a clinical psychologist either. You're not more of a person that understands human behavior more than him either. You're not an authority on human behavior. This guy actually is an authority on human behavior. So he's the expert. We can only refer to him. We can't challenge him in a way because we're not experts.
I don't know.
That's why unless you think you're an expert, because that's what it sounds like. When I talk to you, it sounds like you think you're the expert.
I'm literally saying why I'm not. Like I don't know why you're saying that.
So when I point to the experts, you can't discount the expert. You're not the expert. You don't have the authority to discount an expert. You're not an expert.
I didn't. You're not comprehending.
You called it salacious.
Fallacious, and I said
fallacious. Okay, so
because it's fallacious
without any authority and without any expert.
Yeah, we're just gonna go in circles with this one. No,
you guys gotta stop because you can't challenge my argument.
You realize you just dodged. You literally dodged the premise of what I said. You're holding two contradictory stances.
Bro, you keep doing it.
I asked you could we say you pander to men because you harp on women all day, and because you said you pander to women because we're saying hold both people accountable. Right. We're not even saying like, oh, women are victims and it's always men. I'm
trying to tell you that
hold
women
everybody.
have more power than us to determine what child is born in this world. You cannot force a woman to have a kid.
That's cool. Okay.
But we need to start from a place that we could agree on because all you're doing right now, and we're just yelling at each other, bro.
Hold up, time out. If we're being honest here, we are more than likely just gonna go in circles because we are not going to agree, which is fine. That's totally fine.
But why can't we agree? When I ask the question, do women have more choice in what child is born? If
no matter what we say, bro, we're constantly going to go into circles.
No, but why don't you just answer the question though? Do women have unilateral? Can they veto?
I'm not. Oh, we're dodging.
To me, it's so neat that you're pandering to women,
bro.
Just answer the question: yes or no? Yes or no? It's a yes or no question. Can women say? Can I force a woman to give birth to a child? Yes or no? You see?
Yo.
Hey, Zanya, can I force a woman to have a child?
No.
That's not the.
Can I force any woman to have a child?
But that's not.
We aren't answering because we frustrated.
But it's my. Every time I make an argument, when I make an argument, you guys say, but that's not the argument, bro. That's my argument. When I respond to you guys, you keep saying, but that's not the argument, bro. I'm making an argument. I want you to address my points. These are my talking points. You said we're gonna have a debate. I address your talking points. I want you to address my talking points. My talking points.
We've literally been trying to address your talking points. We have told you, bro. Shape. I literally am going to say the same thing that I've been saying to you this entire debate. Both people have agency. All right. It's just as much the woman's fault as it. See how? It doesn't understand because
Pandering
wait,
to
shape,
women, man.
shape. All right, shape. Oh wait.
Because
Time out. All right, let me ask you a question. How easy it is for you not to have sex? How easy is it for you to wear a condom? How easy? It's easy, right? Oh, look at that.
Very
So easy. We agree there. So
we agree there, correct? We agree there. Right?
yes.
Okay. So you see how I allowed you to make your argument?
No, you cannot force a woman to have a child.
Can I force a woman to have a child?
Is it
can
really
a woman
against
have a
your
child?
wait? No. Time out. But you cannot shape. But you can't say that though. You cannot. No, shape. You can't. You cannot say it's a. You cannot say it's against your will. You cannot say it's against your will when you willingly went in raw.
If I came in a condom, tied it up, throw it in the garbage can, she went behind my back, took that condom out, took
I'm pretty sure. Wait.
Out the condom, put it in her fucking vagina, squeeze that turkey baster.
No. Wait. Time out. I'm pretty.
You know, by the way, that's not illegal. Drake got in a lot of trouble for putting hot sauce. He actually got sued for putting hot sauce in his condom because a girl went with a turkey baster, inserted it into her vagina, and got burned.
Told you, the more status, the more alpha you are, the more you got to protect your seed.
Now you said general. Now that's the craziest situation to be in.
Hold up.
Again, you're judging my bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. It makes yourself seem like you're. I'm gonna just try this. I'm trying to say it as politely as possible, bro. You can go. I
have a question.
People's arguments all you want, but that's telling and not showing. When you have a debate, show that use your examples in your debate to show that what I'm saying is not correct. Don't just say it's incorrect.
I didn't say it's incorrect. I said that's an
you said it's a
extreme
wild
example.
statement. This.
Wait. So you telling me that's just the move women make? They get basters and just get.
Bro,
That's the move?
All I'm trying to say is when you try to debate me, bro, just use your own argument to debate me. When you
I can attack it.
Use this. You can't
hold up.
I'm playing the judge.
Wait, you should be willing to back up your argument, bro. Like
I am backing up an argument.
So stop complaining about me attacking it. Why would you complain about me attacking your argument in a debate?
Hold up, but I have a question though. You said if you tie up a condom. First of all, when does sperm die? Let's talk about that really quick. When does No. It can live in the girl's body for a while, but like when it hits air, like how long can it? Anyway, yeah, but anyway, going back to that, you said you tie up a.
I don't know.
You said what?
Wait, you mind if I smoke on your what you call?
Oh yeah, I think you straight. I think you good. But going back to what you said about a man tying up the condom and throwing it in the trash. Shouldn't he have the agency to take that shit with him? Like to put it in a little baggie?
You should. But
Thank you, Sar. Thank you. I used to do that shit all the time.
I know the evil nature of women. Like I understand the evil nature that women have.
Why bother with women if they're evil?
Because but you just got to be smart. Like you gotta understand, you as a man, you have to be like a fox, like intelligent. You have to be witty. You have to be several steps ahead. You got to be because I'm not worried about what a woman's going to do if you vetted her properly or you take proper precautions. I'm taking the condom with me. I'm not leaving anything behind. Don't care, right? I'll wash my clothes after. Throw it out where I can see it and not her. But that's a good question. How long does it take before sperm cells die?
But again,
the fact that you gotta worry about that, it takes away all the accountability from the woman. Because it says that the man has to go through the trouble of not getting his sperm stolen from him. He has to go through all the
Shape,
trouble.
obviously
women don't steal a man's sperm. Why can't we say that?
Shape, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's terrible. I'm saying that's trash. You should not do that.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. But I'm telling you,
I don't know where that ties into this argument.
It's not illegal. It ties into the argument because I'm trying to tell you that if she conceives a child from stealing, you can't force her to get an abortion. If a woman steals your sperm, you cannot force her to get an abortion. Yes or no? And this is where women have power, and you guys keep glazing.
I didn't say that. I didn't.
They're vulnerable. They're victims.
Hold up.
We need to cape for them. We need to wait. We need. I'm not saying. Bro. I don't repeat. I'm not repeating what you're saying. I'm making an accusation based on the idea that if I draw out a claim and I say women can steal your sperm, this is a true thing. They can steal. They can do it today.
No, I understand, and I agree with you on that front. I agree with you on that front. But listen, hold up.
Okay.
Yes,
so,
Shape. That's
so
bad. Yes, that's bad.
Sperm, she could go through with a pregnancy. No, not that it's just
yes,
bad.
yes,
not
Shape.
She could steal your sperm with impunity. Is the point of problem.
Hold up, no. Wait. Before you do that,
right?
there is something that you have to acknowledge. The only reason why Logix and I we keep bringing up these different scenarios is strictly because you said, just like you said, how we're caping for women and all of that. You are specifically talking from the perspective of the man, and you haven't given any agency to men this entire time. That's why we are arguing.
Bro, I'm an example. But I'm an example. I just told you I'm 37 years old, no children. Do you think I got there on accident? That was one of my earliest arguments. I'm giving myself the same accountability. I'm not a single dad. I'm not Cooley.
Manipulation.
I'm not running around pretending like, you know what I'm saying, single moms are trash and I'm dating a single mom. You feel me? So what I'm trying to say is I live what I preach. This is why my audience is growing. Shout out to me. If you guys want to follow me, call me Shape. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. Shout out to Watts too, because me and Watts been fucking with each other for over 2 years.
Yeah,
Watts, I've been watching him grow.
I realize who you are now because I just saw a video of you ripping apart Fresh and Fit.
Yeah, I told you about that. I told you about that.
Everybody find Watts.
You
ripped him apart on the Castle Club.
We agree with that. We
That's
agree
how
with
everybody
that.
Castle Club members did.
find
Watch,
Watts.
I was dying the entire time.
We agree with that.
Because Myron said you made a great point where he said he doesn't need money. He's got 6 real estates he invested in. Or no, he's got 20. He's worth over $6 million, and yet they're begging for like $100 per month on their
Yo, that's why he popped. Watts popped from just destroying Fresh and Fit, and I'm so happy about it.
I appreciate it.
You think we're such
I can watch that all day.
But people think we're such red pillars. I'm agreeing with the demise of a red
Shape
pillar.
knows how much I hate him.
Yeah, bro, I fuck with Watts more than I fuck with Myron.
Yeah,
facts, you know what I'm saying? I
and like
go on Myron's
I just wanted to be known, just because we disagree, we got a little heated. Like I'm like, Logix and I are not trying to be disrespectful or anything like that. We seriously just have questions. Like it's nothing, like we're not even trying to, like, you know, especially when you say like us laughing, we just animated people, bro. Like it's.
But yeah, and I think the biggest thing though, when you listen to people's argument, you just want to make sure it's logical. I want you guys to determine.
That's why I pry at yours. Like that's why I'm asking you questions and pushing back. I want to make sure there's consistency.
What I'm saying, am I following logically, or am I following some bullshit narrative? I'm laying out my narrative.
Well, you have to. Yeah, and I know when I was questioning it, and you started talking about Jordan Peterson, when I was saying, like, when you said we pander, I was trying to see if you were holding that same standard, because I don't see how pandering to women is saying everybody needs to move better, versus it seems like your argument is there's more that we need to put on women, because men don't have the same power, which, even if we agree, it takes a lot of agency away from the men, and that's why I was saying, like, we're just
it's not that. If you can't force a woman.
All right, so wait, we going in circles again.
Can we agree with that? No, but it's not. But yeah,
because we just went through this. We just went through. I answered your question. I answered your question like 3 times.
We're not gonna. This is the responses. So my question.
I honestly wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
If I was a girl, I believe I would have more power if I could decide to keep your child.
I understand that.
Because
I understand your position.
Make a girl get an abortion.
I understand that.
So she can get an abortion if she wants to. She can carry the child if she wants to.
And this is exactly why I say we're going to go in circles, because then I'm going to say, well, then some agency also lies upon men. We're going to keep going into circles. So in order to prevent us from doing that, I have one last thing to touch upon, and then we can get out of here. I will leave questions up to the chat if they have any questions up to you guys. one last thing that I wanted to talk about really quick was incentives. Because again, did I already bring this point up before? Did we talk about incentives? Okay. So someone made the argument that there are no incentives for a man to date a single mom. Would you guys not agree that a potential incentive would be to have a partner and a potential stepkid that they might like care for and love?
No,
Listen,
because
I love
the good outweighs the bad. I mean, the bad outweighs the good, bro.
See,
At the end of the day-
Shape's always going to look at things logically. Like you'll see things logically, Shape, and you're very knowledgeable. But it's so you think the bad outweighs the good, incentive wise, being with the single.
I want single moms to make an argument why it's better to date them than a woman without children, and it seems like impossible to make that because you would have to almost suggest that having a child has no magnitude, no gravity, no impact on your life, and it's impossible to say that because we know how much children cost. They're time intensive.
That's why I think a lot. That's why I think the heuristic should be based off the person and not them having a kid.
But there's circumstance. I'm talking about you being a single mom. If you're a single mom, that's your circumstance. Okay? Yeah. You have to raise a kid from a man you don't even like. You're literally nurturing. Hey, this is why for us men.
Wait. Say that part again. You got a kid.
If you're a single mom by choice, meaning that you decided not to be with the man because of whatever frivolous scenario. Like he cheated, he did this, he did that, he's a bad person, whatever. Okay, fine, fair enough. But now it's on you. It's your responsibility, your morality to raise a child by a man you don't even like now.
What if he just left her and she didn't want that outcome?
She still has to raise a child, but she's still not gonna like him. What
no, when you said, because you was like she made a choice. I believe you said she made a choice or whatever.
Yeah, it seems to me that you think women are victims. They just become
I think it varies. I think it varies. I didn't say they were.
I said it
varies.
You don't have to say it. You don't have to say it to imply it.
There's no implication. I said it varies.
It is when you say that. It is an implication. It is an implication because the presumption is that when you say that, anyone. Well, we need to know the person. All these scenarios. You're pretty much suggesting that. Well, we need to go further and expect this to try to see why this is this way, and we can. But why are we going through the effort in the first place?
Because you may like that woman.
Why am I going through the effort? But she's just a person.
So I'm saying, like, if you like, she's a person that they potentially could like, right?
It's almost like saying this: if you have two cars at the same price, but one has 50,000 miles more than the other car, are you going to go through the hassle to see if the car with 50,000 more miles is better off? Or are you going to just say, well, 50,000 is a lot more miles, I'll just take the car with less miles?
Well, I mean, if it's a shittier car, then no.
If you're looking at two cars, all things being equal, they're two women, they're both attractive. All things being equal.
Well, let's talk about the women.
They both come from good families.
Let's talk about the women. That's what I said. The cars
is one has a child, one doesn't. All things are the same. They're just as good looking as each other. They're just kind as each other.
You're not gonna get a disagreement from me with that specific scenario.
That's what generalizations are. We only accounting for when we talk.
Well, you just said all things are equal, and in real life, people aren't equal. You know what I'm saying? In real life,
understandably, but this is where generalities take a place, though.
Yes, but I'm fine with generally saying, like, hey, if a woman like disrespects her kid, I would stay away from her, because that is a flaw in who they are. Simply having a kid doesn't tell you shit for how that person could treat you and what you could be in for within that relationship.
That's your opinion.
It literally means nothing in the grand scheme of things.
From your perspective, I think it means a lot.
So logic in Shape's scenario, I believe over 90% of guys would obviously choose.
We agree with that.
The woman who doesn't.
No, we agree with that. We agree with that. That was one of my first. That was one of my first statements. We agree with that.
Okay, but that's the only argument against single moms is that this is a general argument. It's not dealing with the nuances. But you're right. Life has no. I never said life didn't have nuance. I gave you a scenario. If there's a dumbass woman who is overweight, out of shape, and she's rude, but she has no kids, and then there's a single mom who's well-to-do, attractive, and she knows how to
Right.
get along with a man, I'm gonna choose a single mom every time, right? But that's only if the other girl has a disadvantage against her. But what if they're on the same playing field? What if they look just as good as each other? What if all things are the same? You choose a woman without kids.
Yeah, and that hypothetical, that's fine, but that's why I said everybody's not the same. Because say you meet
But
a
generalization is not trying to account for everything. When you
but
take
a good
time,
conversation doesn't come from A or B. Like that's no point having a conversation. Like you're not gonna get us disagreeing with like if everything was the same. That like yeah, of course we're gonna agree with that. But we're talking about the nuances and what's more productive for people to do. What gets you a better result?
Nuances in these conversations.
If we was having a conversation about working out and you was to just be like, yeah, go to the gym and lift weights, like, okay, yes, that's true, but that doesn't help people if we're trying to really figure some shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I get the most out of my workouts when I go for 2 hours twice a week? You know what I'm saying? If I'm worried about cardio, what do I need to do? Like, there's different things we could talk about to have a better, more productive conversation. Because we could just be here and be like, yeah, I mean, if everybody's the same and one has a kid and one doesn't, everybody's gonna pick the one without the kid. I mean, that's not a fun conversation to have.
It's like if you ask a woman, if you have two men, they're exactly the same. One has more money than the other one. They're identical. She's gonna choose to do with more money. She's not gonna go investigating why the one dude has less money.
But
that's what you're asking us to do when you say, well, you got to look at the nuance of a single mom. You're pretty much saying that what am I going through the trouble of trying to discover why she's a single mom when there's a woman just
hold
like
on,
her,
Shape,
her
going back
age,
to what you said. You said if a woman gets presented with a man with no money opposed to a man with a bunch of money, would she choose the man with more money? Again,
would she choose a man with more money?
Again, that depends, because if you ask a woman like my wife, she's gonna say if you corny or you a piece of shit, I'm not gonna pick. Oh, all things being the same.
No, we said all things being the same.
Okay, well,
all things being the same.
Apology.
Yes, all things being the same. If you have two jobs, job A and job B, job A and B, they're the same type of job. They have all the same responsibilities, but job A pays $30,000 more than job B. Are you gonna go through the hassle and try to figure out why job B doesn't pay as much $30,000?
Yeah. If all things are equal,
you're not gonna go through that hassle.
If all things are equal, right? That's why I said that's not the heart of the argument.
But it is because that's the only way you can talk about generalities. I say that's the heart. What you just said right there, I disagree. I say that is the heart of the argument. The heart of the argument is based off of. That's why that phrase exists. If all things are equal, it exists to address this whole nuance thing because it's hard to do that. Just like
I just feel like all people are equal though. That's why it's not.
Bro, 9 out of 10 times, if there's an intruder at not a watch door at 3 a.m. in the morning, 9 out of 10 times, he's going to treat them the way we assume that this guy's here on no good. He's on some bullshit. 9 out of 10 times. You know what I'm saying? And that's the point I'm trying to say. We don't always have all the information.
Equating women to robbers. That's like
I'm not equating them. I'm relating the relationship of saying that. This is the disingenuous thing that people do. I'm not saying that they're equivalent.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean equate. I didn't mean
I'm not
word.
saying that they're equivalent. I'm not saying they're equivalent. What I'm saying is scenario-wise is that when you have limited information and this is the limited information, what are you going to do? That's what I'm saying. If I don't know anything about a girl, all I know she's a single mom, if all things else are equal, I'm not going to prefer a woman with kids.
We didn't disagree with that.
It's so hard to understand. It's very simple. And that's the
no.
And that's a
no.
So then you agree with T.K. Kirkland's argument. Then.
That's not what.
No.
But well,
that's not what he said. Nobody. But, if somebody said, you know what I'm saying, like I think a rule of thumb is to, try to don't date women with kids. I'm really not gonna argue with that. That's not like a hot take. The man said it's a mental illness to be a stepdad. That's a bit bridge too far, I would think.
I can't even count him to be credible if he has 7 children.
How is wait? That's not an ad hominem because if he's talking about single mother, he's literally making single mothers. He made 7 single mothers.
That's what I mean. You can't be a hypocrite and say something hypocritical. Just like that one guy, Fugazi. The Fugazi podcast. There was another Red Pill. So he would shit on single mothers left and right constantly, and then come to find out he was exposed for being with a single mother who was a white woman raising her children. Like, to me, that's just so hypocritical. Like, how are
It
you
is,
going to
but
talk smack about
it is. But you
single
want to know
moms
what's funny
when
though? It doesn't change
you're,
whether
you're
his
with
message
one?
is correct or not, though. Your message. This is why
But
the
to me,
phrase.
it's still hypocritical, though. I understand what
It
you're
is.
saying,
It
Shake,
is.
but to
But
me,
it
you
is
can only
hypocritical
say
for him
that
to say it.
if you're not raising another man's child and you're dating a woman who doesn't have children. Okay, you have every right to say that. But the fact that he's hating on them and you're dating the same woman you're hating on, to me, that's hypocritical. That's like guys looking up to Future and he has children with like 10 different baby mamas.
Agreed.
Like, to me, that's that's
Why is
not a
it
good role model.
like? I don't. I agree. I agree with you, but the phrase, kill the message, not the messenger. You know what I'm saying? Don't kill the messenger. It relates to the fact that you could be right even though your argument could be right even though you're wrong, as an individual, the way you live your life. Because I could say, a woman could say I'm a single mom, right? But I don't think men should date single moms. A woman could say that, and she could say it because as being a single mom, she knows the bad
but the
decisions she
difference,
made.
hypocrisy is about the moral condemnation. It's not necessarily engaging in the same behavior.
Hypocrisy doesn't require moral condemnation.
Yes, that's literally what hypocrisy is. Hypocrisy is when you
have to
morally condemn people for something that you yourself engage in. It's not just simply experiencing something and doing something and telling somebody else not to.
Hypocrisy has to do with moral.
Yes.
Completely.
Yes.
The
Like,
literal
if
definition
I'm
of
a smoker
hypocrisy
and
is
I
the
tell
practice
somebody
of
you
claiming
shouldn't
to have
smoke,
moral
that's not
standards or
hypocrisy.
beliefs to which one's own behavior does not conform.
Okay. So yeah, okay. I stand corrected there. And you see how I did that? I'm
I did.
allowing you. No, I'm just giving it. I'm just giving an example. This is an example of me saying, okay, you're right on this. I have no problem saying that. I have no problem being wrong. And I want people to know that I'm that objective. That if you say something, and I'll listen to what you say and say, all right, you're right. I asked the question and you proved yourself right. That's an example.
No, yeah. When I used the wrong terms, I corrected myself. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. We both gotta be able to be objective. Okay, cool. So you're right. I didn't know hypocrisy. You just taught me something. I actually had no idea hypocrisy had to do with moral.
It's a common misunderstanding with that.
Yeah, I had no idea. So you're right. Then he is a hypocrite. I agree. Then by definition, he's a hypocrite. But all I'm just trying to say is that even though he's a hypocrite, it could still be good information. Do as I say, not as I do, type of thing.
But it kind of, you have no more validity. You don't have any type of reputation at that point. You don't have any credibility. If you're saying something like that and you're being hypocritical about it, you lost all credibility at that point. It's similar to Fresh and Fit when they would preach about never dating OnlyFans chicks or don't pay women, don't be a trick. And then they're on arrangement websites. And you're like, wait a minute. Like, that just ruined all your credibility you had. Like, I will never respect the person like that. But someone that practices what they preach, I'll always respect that person.
So, yeah. So real quick, I do have some super chats to read. Yo, shout out to everybody that has super chatted so far. Yeah, I know. Chris is going crazy. Chris has a couple of things to say. He said, here's a counter analogy. Working with generalizations, in my opinion, shape shows cowardice. You have to experience love like a knife fight. I'm not sure I understand what he means by that last part.
He went ad hominem right away. He shows cowardice because I use generalities. The world's based on generalities. The hospital has general practice, general practitioners. The world's based off of generalities. Small, medium, large are generals. Tylenol is general.
So generalities are used to tell us something, but it's kind of counterintuitive to apply them to individuals. So like when you want to understand like something on a large scale, it's like men are generally taller than women and we can objectively measure that. But there's no real objective measure to being a mom and what that means in a relationship across the board. Like there is just a bad way to gauge when you're looking for relationships. Is just not an ideal or even a top 50 thing to look at. Maybe not 50, but it's just to focus on it as if it's an end all be all thing. I think that's a bad heuristic. I think something that could be an end all be all is if you meet somebody that has a history of being abusive. There's no need to figure anything out in that situation. If they have a history of being abusive, I think you could walk off and be cool with the decision you made. You could walk off and be cool without dating a single mom too. But to put that at the forefront of like, if she's a mom, don't do
Right.
it. It's
And
just
and
kinda
honestly,
like
I mean,
you're missing so
Shay,
many
when it comes
things
to
that
this
matter so
particular
much
topic,
more.
I would even understand. I would understand more instead of you using generalities. I would understand more if you said all of this is anecdotal. I'd be like, okay, so you experienced this a couple of times, so that I understand why you feel the way that you feel. Even then, I would understand.
I just don't. I just think that this whole we got to look at the world through nuance. That there's no right and wrong. Everything's black and white. I mean, everything's gray.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. There's some things that are black and white. There's some things that are gray. We talk about nuance as if nuance can only exist with generalities. You know what I'm saying? Like nuance can't exist by itself. Nuance is something that says it deviates from what's general. That's the whole point.
No, it gets
You need both of them to exist. Nuance can't exist by itself.
But I was gonna say no. We're saying there are generalities and things, and you could use them in life. But when we're talking about something as personal as dating, and the barometer is if they're a mom, there's nothing to really say that's necessarily something to go off of. That's what there's nothing. There's no way you can measure that in real life. There's no objective way to measure that and what that means.
You can if you
people that have a
investigate.
history of abuse, people that have a history of drug use, people that people don't like when people find out that they partner, if they both got sickle cell, then they don't date them. You know what I'm saying? Like these are things that matter when you're in a relationship, but the soul got a kid, that's not proven in anything. It's no objective way to look at that as
And honestly,
a heuristic to base who you date off of. It tells you absolutely nothing.
No,
I think so. Having no kids don't tell you anything about somebody.
not really.
No.
If a girl's 42 years old,
Yeah, we can agree to disagree on that because I don't think so. I don't think so because okay, wait. All right, so let me ask you a question. Because a lot of guys they like to say, women like to focus on their career. So let's say if a woman is in her 40s, she doesn't have any kids, but she's very successful within her own career. Would you label that woman as a bad person, or would you label that woman like sketchy because she doesn't have any children? But okay, so what is the conclusion that you're going to come to?
I'm going to come to a conclusion about it. That she missed her mark and she's running out of time to have children. So she misused her years. She might have put her career before having a family.
But why are we judging people for not having kids at a certain age? Why are we judging women for not having
So all these being the same.
But what if they just simply don't want kids?
Because after a certain age you won't be able to have kids. They don't want it, you know what I'm saying? But I know a lot of women. We don't.
No, I'm not saying that.
It's 42 that has no children is happy. Not every woman's child is happy. In fact, they said that women are going to be 20, 30, 40.
Well, I feel like I feel like there is a lot of nuance within this conversation because there is also another study out there. I can find it really quick. There's also another study out there that says women currently do not want to have children because of our current economy. Like they don't want to be responsible for a child. So what would you say to that?
I mean, to me, any woman that don't want children, I'm going to judge her for not wanting children. I don't feel like she's living in her purpose. I don't think that we're put on this earth to just have fun and have a good time. But a lot of people treat it like that. We have a cavalier attitude towards life, and we think that we're in this world just for pleasure. It's hedonistic. It's debauchery. And I don't condone hedonism or debauchery. You know what I'm saying? If you want me to, that's fine, but I don't. You feel me? So I think that I'm Christian. I think we have purpose. I don't think we're just here. I don't think I have two balls just so I could go around finding girls to lick them. I don't think it just exists for straight pleasure. I think I have use. I think God put
you on this planet. So you just talked about hedonism and all that. So are you a virgin? Isn't that kind of isn't that hypocritical to what you just said? But isn't that hypocritical to what you just said?
It's fornication. Well, I'm
okay.
Yes, yeah. I am a hypocrite for that. According to the moral, yeah. But I believe it's wrong.
Okay.
If I could go back in time, if you could ask me what I'd do differently, I might stay a virgin. If I had to tell my son how to make his life better than me, I would say you don't need to go sleep around with people, and I think that's okay for me to tell my son don't do what I did.
So, question. So, would you feel like a woman? I mean, you probably say yes, but a woman should, like, if she's a God-fearing woman, she's a Christian too, like yourself, and she is like, well, you had sex before marriage, so I can't date you. Do you feel like she's completely in the right for her to be like, no, I'd rather not date you?
Yes, a girl could reject me for any reason. There's a lot of people in the comments rejecting me for all types of reasons, and they're allowed to. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
I believe I'm the captain of the ship, right? I'm the captain of the ship. So I'm not looking for a woman to provide and protect me. So therefore, I don't have to live up to her standard because I don't necessarily want her to take care of me. I'm the employer.
You don't have to live up to her standard to take care of her. You just want her. You want her. I'm sorry.
I'm the employer. So if a woman don't want to get hired to my job, that's her prerogative, right? But I'm gonna offer. When it comes to women, I look at it like employment, right? Dating is kind of like employing a girl, right? Hiring a girl. When you choose a wife, what Watts did, he hired his woman to become his wife. That's one of the most important choices you could possibly make. And if he chose a good woman, he made a good choice, right? No difference if he chose a bad woman, he made a bad choice. It's the same. So the person you choose, the person you sleep with, can have a big impact on your life. And hookup culture says, hook up with everybody, sleep with everybody, and there should be no consequences, even if you get pregnant and have a child. And I think that's false. There should be a consequence for it.
The where we disagree on that is basically that children shouldn't be treated as consequences, and there's not a blanket reason that women have kids and become single. There's no one reason that it happens. So to treat them all the same,
and there's no one reason why a car might have 50,000 miles more than the next car. There's no one reason. It could be highway miles. It could be multiple owners. To me, those two things. To me, I cannot connect those two. If you're gonna hire a person for a job, there could be multiple reasons why they don't have a college degree. But if your standard is you must have a college degree to get this job, we could shame you for having that standard. But that's your standard. We tell women we tell women to have high standards, and we tell men to have low standards.
No, I don't agree with that. I don't know who's selling. Okay, I'm not saying that.
So we tell women to choose a good man, but when I'm trying to choose a good woman, it's no, you can't do that. You can't do.
Nobody's telling. My
standard is if you have a child, you don't meet the job requirements, therefore you can't get hired.
That's fine. On like where we keep saying this isn't about telling men to date women. I'm saying that if it's you could do what you want with your life, but it's false. I think I'm pretty confident in my stance that it isn't a good barometer to tell people to date. If you're in the business of giving dating advice, is what I'm saying. I don't think it's a good barometer because you're just leaving so much on the table.
And so if you give dating advice, don't do that. But men like me, we tell people, and I'll stand by it. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, don't date single moms. There's exceptions, but the rule is generally don't date single moms.
So does that mean we also won't disparage single moms too? We don't disparage single moms either, right? Like we don't treat them like the bane of existence.
Nah, because listen, I respect all people. I train single moms. So some of my clients are single moms.
I mean, I don't expect you to be like, get away from me. I'm just talking about like I don't know your content, so I'm just asking. Some of my clients are
fat, but that doesn't mean I should date fat women because I'm helping them.
Again, I'm not. That wasn't what I was getting at. I'm not saying you.
I don't think you should jump off a building if you're a single mom. No, you have value as a person. You still have value as a person. If you're a woman, you still have value. I know a lot of great single mothers. I know a lot of great single moms.
And do they deserve to find somebody to be with them? Do they deserve that?
I don't know if everyone. No, I don't know. I don't think so.
But if you just said they're great and they're good.
Yeah, but sexual market value is a specific thing.
But so single moms that are good people might be good in a relationship.
But it doesn't mean they deserve to play in the NBA. It doesn't mean that means
nobody should. Is because of just the sole reason that they're a single mom now they can't date nobody as great as person they are. They shouldn't be with anybody, and their kids should grow up without another parent.
That is not for me to. I can't determine what their life should be.
Well, if
I think if I was a single
telling
mom,
men not to date them.
If I was single, if I was a single mom, right? If I was a single mom, I would try to.
Okay, so out of curiosity, what would that look like?
For the cost of me being a single mom, that's what I would do. Well, one thing for sure, I wouldn't be like the girls in these comments. The girls in these comments are unruly, right? And they clearly don't know how to cooperate with a man, and they clearly value their own opinion more than they value the opinion of others. I don't do that. I value everyone's opinion equally. They're all opinions, and this is why I relate. This is why I rely on experts. When we don't know things, and anyone can have an opinion. Lord Jamar, the dude Logic, you ripped Lord Jamar and I watched that video. You ripped him. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with you because Lord Jamar has an opinion, but he's challenging someone that is a subject matter expert. Mm-hmm. The dude had millions and millions of views debunking flat Earth. Lord Jamar just runs around with an opinion, and he wants us to value his opinion equal to the expert. That's where we're foolish. I will never pretend to be an expert. I rely on experts. That's why I do research. That's why I study. Because I can't be an expert in all things. But people in the comments are acting like they're dating experts. Therefore, they're going to smear me and disagree with my argument. But to me, it means that they have bad judgment as individuals. You have bad judgment if you can't listen to someone's argument and see if they follow logic.
Wait, but at the same time, just because they disagree with what you're saying, I don't think that automatically brands them as them being illogical. And I forgot what other word that you used.
If you can't tell.
But the comments aren't Lord Jamar.
Was Lord Jamar being logical? No. Let's go back. No, I think the commentators are very much like Lord Jamar. Personally, I think everyone in the comments are very much like Lord Jamar. They got they got an opinion. Fine, we all have an opinions, and this is why I think we need to refer to the experts to come to our conclusions. If we come to our conclusions in a vacuum,
real quick.
What is that?
Real quick, my wife just came in here and she said we act like we are experts because we are women and we are currently talking about women. Basically, they are speaking from their own perspective. That's why they disagree with you.
Yeah, but I'm talking about experts. No, and they're allowed to, but experts meaning that they're the ones that we could follow their advice when it comes to how to live our lives.
What exactly? Which part of this convo are you referring to? Experts having the information on, like what part?
So I'm saying people in the comments they disagree with me, but they might disagree with me because emotionally what I'm saying rubs them the wrong way. But it might be rubbing the wrong way because of the indoctrination that they were given throughout their life. They were told, be a 304, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Body count don't matter.
You don't know.
That's a whole ideology. What do you mean I don't? That's what I'm sold.
But you don't know that though.
That's not.
No, I heard
about
right body positivity, but why do you think that every woman in the comments subscribe to body positivity?
Okay, is that? I didn't say subscribe to it, but that's social logic right now. Social logic says
I really don't know, and also you also have to take into account that the people in my chat are around our age, if not older. So no, actually in the chat. Well, yeah, in the chat, yeah.
I see nothing but women.
I'm 30.
Upset, mad as hell. Because I got an opinion.
How old are you?
No, not yet.
30? Okay.
Yeah. You're 30? Okay. You have children or no?
It's coming up on 2 years on Valentine's Day.
How long you've been married for?
Appreciate you. Yeah.
Fire. Congrats.
2 years?
Yeah.
And I respect married men, I really do. I'm going to keep it real, Joe. I respect married men. You know what I'm saying? People make it seem like I just salute debauchery. No. I respect your wife. I respect women that get a husband. That's a big achievement. That's not a small achievement for a woman. And I would judge your wife as being a superior woman compared to a woman that's unmarried, no kids, and lived her life as a boss babe. I'm gonna just keep it real.
Do you respect the woman that got married, had kids, had them, and everything, and the man decided to do her dirty and just leave? Do you?
If she's a victim, yes, I still respect.
I was
about to say that. So you do see nuance.
Promiscuous.
So you do see nuance.
Yes, I do. But I said that earlier. I said, bro, roll back the tape. I said I'll take a single
Got you.
mom that's intelligent, well-to-do over a girl that's a dumb that has no kids. I've been said that, and I'll do that 9 out of 10 times.
And that was the okay. That's all. I'm sorry if
I've been said that though.
I'm saying if that's what you said, if I missed it, I apologize.
I said the advice is only general, but you're right. We have to use that general advice and apply it to nuanced situations. Right? And that's what I'm trying to say. We have general information, but you know what I'm saying? That's the information we have, and we got to apply it to the nuance as best as we can.
That's why I love Shape. Shape will be knowledgeable in regards to generalizations. Because it's never gray with him. It's either black or white.
Mm-hmm.
But I've learned to always look at certain situations now, especially from this in the beginning, because I did make a video about single mothers, and the woman I'm with now actually saw that video after she Googled me, and she called me out on that. But I only made that video because of me watching the Red Pill content, and I said, you know what? I don't want to do the same content they're doing, because to me, it didn't sit right. So I apologized to her, and I said, listen, I'll never say anything bad about single mothers ever again. And, here we are. But I think a lot of the people in the Red Pill comment and the Red Pill community, they're really bagging on single mothers without even having any experience with them. They're just saying something.
Okay.
Everyone else.
So quick question, and I understand you.
These other major podcasts.
So Shape, earlier you said that a man basically shouldn't change his opinion to basically appeal to a woman. So Sar, let me ask you a question. Did your woman, did she change your way of thinking? Like, do you genuinely, after she gave you the constructive criticism, did you take a look within and you said, oh man, maybe I shouldn't have said XYZ? Or did you take down that video just because she wanted you to? Oh, the video's still up. Oh, what happened?
No, the video is still up.
I didn't boot him. I didn't boot him.
Oh, damn. You booted him after that comment?
I didn't boot him. I didn't boot him. I was asking a genuine question. Oh wait, he joined back. There he is. Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the first videos I ever created. But then I realized I don't want to follow suit like all these other guys, because I thought back and I said single mothers were single-handedly the woman that I would call to bail me out of prison, the woman I would call if I needed money, because like I said, they would have done anything for me. Because I think one of the perks of dating a single mother as well is, like Shape, you said, they don't really have a lot of time to be dating all these other men. They don't have time to go to the club or to do all these things single women do. So most of their attention is going to be on you and how she can make you happy. And I think that's the major difference with dating these younger girls who don't have children compared to dating a woman who's a little bit older and she's experienced the game. She learned from her mistakes and she knows how to treat a man properly.
Or you can find a girl that never made those mistakes because she was raised to be a wife.
What if she makes other mistakes that makes her a shittier person?
It's very
all things
rare.
Being equal, all things being equal, bro. It's hard to talk about groups and these things without generalities. It's hard. We'll never get anywhere.
I mean, it's not hard. That's where conversations and truth comes out of. Not like.
No, what I'm saying is hard. It's like how do you make medicine for humans if you got to account for all the various differences they have?
They have different medicines.
How do you make headache medicine? How do you make headache medicine that's generic enough? We talk about generals, even though bro, a broom is generic, a door is generic, right? Some people, the door, they don't fit in the door, they're too tall. Cars are generic, some people are too big. That girl that went viral for not being able to fit in that lift. You know what I'm saying?
But none of this translates to dating.
But guess what? They're still gonna build cars. They're still gonna build doorways. They're still gonna make generic drugs, because we can't just say the hell with generalities because life is so nuanced. You guys want to get rid of generalities when we rely on blueprints, which are general. We rely on epidemiology studies, which are general. We rely on so much our traffic system, red and green light.
But
you shouldn't run a red light in
but-
general. But if you're in
but
North,
Shay,
you know what I'm saying? If you don't see anybody, run that
yeah,
light.
yes,
In
I
general,
will
you
say
shouldn't.
relationships
You know what
are
I'm
way
saying?
more complex
But
than
way
cars
more
and
complex than
sometimes even
cars.
medicine. You don't think so? Wait, time out. Shape, have you ever been in a relationship before? I'm not trying to make.
be that complex.
Really?
Wait, hold up. Wait, hold
Never.
on.
I've never even got pussy before.
Oh, according to the comments. Oh,
According to the comments. According to the comments.
Yeah, according to the comments.
According to the comments. I never got pussy before. You should make green hat merch. So shout out to y'all. I'm glad you like the way I brand myself. Everyone's talking about my hat. I haven't heard everyone talk about your black hat, his black bandana. I'm the only one that people talk about their clothes. Shout out to me. I know how to market. I went to school for marketing. Thank you. You make me
well,
feel like I did a good job.
to be fair, I think that's the only distinguishable thing because
So
you're
thank
just
you
wearing
so
a
much,
white
people.
shirt. So like
And,
they don't know. Like I don't know if they're familiar with your name at this point because I wasn't able to. I forget. I totally forgot which point I was gonna make.
They know his shape. Yeah, I know.
But-
I've been my
but-
subscribers. I've been looking
well,
at my
I-
page.
but
My subscribers are going up since his live stream.
I'm surprised that you say that dating shouldn't be complex though. You feel like it's
I think it's very simple.
really?
If so, what
Mm-hmm.
people say, right? Here's the simple dating advice for people: graduate college. Don't have it. I mean, graduate high school. Don't have any kids outside of a marriage. You know what I'm saying? And
I
get
feel
married
like
after you graduate college. It's very simple. It's not. It's not a book.
Well,
It's not that long.
Yeah, but
And that way, and,
Yeah,
and,
that's-
Larry
that's-
Elder, Larry Elder's the one that's I'm gonna use another authority. So appeal to authority because I like experts. Larry Elder said that himself. Who, by the way, is a brilliant man who had a very successful talk show in California for over the last 20 years. Very brilliant black man. If you guys don't know Larry Elder, I think you should do some research on him. Very smart man, and he talks about a lot of these dating issues. And he
Okay,
made that comment. He gave a very simple,
so
you know what I'm saying, solution to a lot of our dating.
your take on relationships. I mean, it's not surprising that it's that black and white, but I feel like there are a lot of things that you miss because it's not that simple. I can tell you there were a lot of things within my own relationship that weren't simple. A lot of conversations that you don't even think you're going to have until they come up. You know, like relationships really are not that simple because it's involving two people. Both of you have. No. I'm not saying.
It seems like everything's so hard to understand.
Yes.
Does anyone
I
am the
read,
only one
but
that
hold on.
reads books
I'm.
it's not.
They might have only question. Does anyone read? Does anyone read books? Okay. Are books so nuanced?
Sometimes.
So are books when books write a book, when they write a point, when there's a point written in a book, is it so nuanced where they can't even express their point without making all these modifications for it, or they can't say the word? We can't even start to think if we don't have any
I think
base for
thinking
something.
stops when you stop it at a base level of this or that, or this is how this should go and nothing else matters. I think you miss so much and make far more mistakes. Like I think you can make a lot of mistakes when you just stop it at when you gave the life advice like school, kids, and all that, and marriage.
Right.
It's like that's life advice, but we are talking about dating, and generally yes, those things are good for you. But when you're talking about
I
dating,
said, do you ever read
dating
books,
is
though?
way
But
more complex.
I understand that, but
Yeah.
there's books on complex. There's books on do you agree that there's books on very complex subjects?
Yes.
There's a lot of books on relationships, and you know what they say in the books. In the very beginning,
I don't know. I don't know which
what do
books
they
you're
say in the very
referring to.
beginning of all these books.
I don't generally read dating books. And
In front of most books, law books, finance books. There's one statement that said in front of most of these books.
what? Don't judge a book by its cover.
No.
I don't know.
Okay, so I read a lot of books. I see this one pattern in a lot of books.
No,
And
you're
a lot
good.
of books ultimately come off as. Oh, did I freeze?
No.
Frozen? Okay. A lot of books come off as general information. One of the things they say in this book can account for all situations. They'll say that very book.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That just sounds like a book that's trying to sell you on something
No,
they.
they're not.
That doesn't sound like
They're
an
not.
objective book.
Dr. Orion Tarabin.
Not
from
familiar.
His, YouTube channel, Psych Hacks. Has anyone ever seen his channel, Psych Hacks? No one? Okay. Well, he has almost 1 million subscribers. He's a psychologist. He talks about dating. He wrote a book called The Value of Others. I read that book cover to cover. I'm going on probably like my 7th time reading it. I love it. Great book. I love to read books. Not only do I reread them because I might miss something. But in that book, in the beginning of the book, he talks about how this is somewhat general information. This can't account for everybody, or I wouldn't be able to write this book. What I'm trying to say is, if we remove generalities, we won't be able to think because we can't make any basic presumptions about any information.
Okay, so if everything is so simple, why do you need to read books to understand the concept of dating or anything like that? If everything is like, it's real simple and it's like we don't need to find nuance, what's the point of picking up a book?
I'm glad you said that. Man, this is now it's getting good, right? You put me on a spot. I love it. I'm on a spot now. You guys are ready? The green hat is on a spot now.
No.
So
Yeah.
Why read books? That was your argument, right?
I know not why read books. No. Why read books on dating if it's so simple and not complex?
Because even though it's simple, you might not.
But wait, hold on. But if there are things that you do not know, that would imply that it's not as simple as you thought, then, correct?
So if I'm a boxing coach, right? I'm telling you, boxing's simple. Most people don't know how to throw a punch, but if I take the time to show you how to throw a punch, throwing a punch is very simple. But the reason why you don't know how to throw a punch is not because it's complex. It's because you never learned it. Something that you don't know doesn't mean it's complex. Just because you don't know something. There's things that we know.
Yeah, I hear you.
There's things that we don't know that we don't know. And there's things that we know that we don't know, right? You ever heard that phrase, right? So, okay. So what I'm saying is you ask me a question. Why read a book on relationships if they're simple? Because even though they're simple, that does not imply that you actually know it. Driving a car is simple, but some people don't know how to drive.
But you can't hop into a car and just drive it without doing the research first. That's basically what we're saying.
And this is why I'm saying this is why you read a book, because even though it's simple, you still read about it. And when you go to driving school, they give you a pamphlet to read first about basic rules. Do they not? It's not a thick book too. It's very thin. Even though driving is more complex than this particular book, they give you thin guidelines.
And then you do it and you get experience. You get experiences and you learn that there's nuances in
I'm not. We're not arguing
driving and boxing.
There's not only nuances.
Nobody's arguing that.
But every time you attack generalities, you're almost suggesting eliminate the generalities for nuance. And I'm trying to tell you, there's not only nuance, and there's no books that could address all the nuances in a subject. So they really say, okay, this book, the presumption is for this type of person. Each book. I read. Oh no, he's still there. I'm sure Watts might read some YouTube books. Damn, you booted out Czar again. I'm sure Watt reads some YouTube books. I'm playing. Mm-hmm. I'm sure Watts. There's a great book called YouTube Secrets by Sean Cannell from Think Media, right? He talks about, like, in this particular chapter, this is advanced. So if you are not, let's say, 2,000 subscribers or more on YouTube, you shouldn't read this because it's not going to apply to you. You understand what I'm trying to say? He could not write that book unless he addressed the fact that this does not apply to everybody. What he's saying is only going to apply to the people who are in the top 10% of YouTubers. You get what I'm trying to say? So, this idea that we can't have a discussion about something because there's nuances is actually not true. Most conversations happen even though nuance exists. Generalities and nuance exist together. And every time we make this argument, you can't generalize, right? We'll fail to realize that humans make snap judgments just the way we are, and we have to, because we won't always have all the information. If you like the example I gave, and I think it's a great analogy. If there's an intruder at your door at 3 a.m. in the morning, you don't have all the information, but you got to make a decision. So you can't sit and wait. Time is limited, information is limited, and you still got to make a decision. And that's life. Limited time, you know what I'm saying? Limited information, but you got to make a choice. When you're at Walmart and you see 10 different fucking choices of bubble gum, you're not gonna sit and read all the bubble gum's ingredients, go out and look up all their companies, see if their companies were racist or not. You have limited information, limited time, and so you got to make a decision. So you have shortcuts. This is why we use shortcuts. All these things are allow humans to behave, because if we dealt with the fact that there's an infinite amount of precepts that exist in the world, we won't be able to make a decision. And this is why generality exists, because you got to make a decision.
I was gonna. It's just funny. It's a funny thing I thought about one day. People say like you only got so much time in life,
Pretty
but
ironic.
even though people say life is short, it's like the longest thing you'll ever do, which is funny. But nonetheless, all of that is still negating how complex dating could be, because you could do all this stuff to prepare your own self for life and what you want out of life and stuff like that. But when you take into account somebody else with their own life and their own experiences and their own faults and their own imperfections and all that stuff, is no book that's gonna really tell you what's right and wrong. Now, I agree, and most would agree, there's general things you can follow to better your odds in life and get you where you want to be. Nobody's negating that, and we agree. But that's why I kept
But every
saying,
time I bring up the general stuff, you condemn it.
because no, I'm not condemning it. I'm saying
Let's
we
go to-
can't have a
let's-
good. I'm not done. I'm saying we can't have a good conversation if we be like, well, generally, you should wait till you get married to have sex and have a kid. We
Why?
all agree on that. There's nothing. That's not even how life works at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we're talking about dating other people and heuristics for choosing those people, which I think, again, it's about picking good heuristics. And and the argument is the single mom thing isn't a good one. It's not that you can't be, like I said, you could just tell people go to college, get a job, don't have sex, all that. Yeah, that's cool. We all agree on that stuff, but that's not real life. And real life is about nuance. That's where shit is interesting.
And it's also
That's
about generalities too.
That's not where you figure out things for real in real life, by using generalities.
Okay, so listen, like I said, I'm a licensed firearm owner.
I'll use your analogy. You say there's general medicines. If somebody be like, I got a headache, you be like, get an aspirin. And then the next question might be, well, which one? And then you tell them, well, I've done this and I felt this. I read this about this and this is what it does to me. You try different things to figure out what works for you. Some things you might be allergic to. Some things might work fast. Some things might work slow. Some things might not work at all. But you don't be like aspirin. All right, I could just take an aspirin, problem solved. That's really not how life works at all.
So you think life is too complex to understand? I didn't
say too complex. I just said it
too
is.
complex to live?
It's not. We aren't saying
to live.
things are too complex. We are just.
I didn't say that.
Well,
You're saying too.
I'm not. You said things are nuanced, right? Nuance is a complexity. You said we can't go over the generalities because there's nuance. But let me tell you something. Nuance isn't a multiplier, and it's a complexity. It's two things at once. Because things stack up on top of each other. It's not linear, right? You do one thing bad in your life, it could cost you the rest of your life. Yeah. So there's magnitude within your choices, right? And that's why I use jail time. If you're in jail, that prevents you from doing a lot of stuff. That's why it's a magnifier. And, you know what I'm saying? It's a complexity. So is it one simple factor about somebody? Yes, but it's a major factor. When you get graded on a test, they're gonna tell you we're gonna weigh this 20%, this 10%, but this thing right here is gonna be 70%. Hold on, this thing right here is gonna be 70%. So if I said, all right, if you want to pass the test, you gotta make sure you got the part that's 70% of the grade down.
I need you to address this. Where are you basing that off of? Is it just how you feel?
No, I don't.
Objective measure. What objective measure is there to just solely being a single mom? That's blanket.
I noticed that you use the word feelings a lot. I'm a man. I talk about the way I think. I think the way I feel is irrelevant.
That's fine too.
I think the way I feel is. I think what I feel.
But you agree that what you think about this isn't based in a fact.
But I think it's significant that you said what you feel. I think that's a very significant difference between my argument. I'm telling you, I think there's a very big difference in arguments when you ask the question what you feel compared to what you think. How I feel is subjective. How I think is objective. And that's the difference.
Why is what you
how
think
I feel is not subjective?
I said, why do you think what you think is objective? It's subjective about how you feel, but what is it based on?
Because you keep talking about I don't talk in this. This is why we have different conclusions, because I don't work in the realm of feelings.
Okay, regardless what you want to, if you want to say think, I'm not against saying that.
I don't. But there's you know how you said hypocrisy was a specific term, and you proved me wrong.
I'm not. Yeah, but I'm using your term.
Okay, just follow me. You know how you said hypocrisy you called and I was like, no, it had nothing to do with moral. You said, yes, it does have something to do with morality. And Watts looked it up and had something to do with morality. So hypocrisy is specific to moral, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. When we're talking about these subjects here, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying things that are specific to thinking, not feeling.
Okay. So I'm telling you, I'm asking you, since you think that way, what is that thought based on?
I told you, I believe that there's right and wrong.
Of course.
Christian. There's ethics. Christians
Of course.
have ethics.
Yeah,
Watts,
y'all can hear me. I'm frozen for some reason. I have no idea why.
I said Watts.
Yeah. his camera froze. Yeah.
Yeah, you're frozen. Yeah, I'm about to say. I'm looking like his lips are not moving. Pause. We have ethics. We believe there's right and wrong. We don't believe there's nuance to right and wrong. Some people do. That's some people's moral code, that there's no rights, there's no wrongs. For us, we believe there's right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, even Christianity is kind of black and white. It's not as nuanced as people think it is. It's not. You know what I'm saying? So I don't come from the standpoint of there's some things if I feel a certain way, it's right. If I feel another way, it's wrong. I don't believe that. There's things that are objectively wrong and there's things that are objectively right. It's what we believe. And so that's where my moral compass is. If you want to understand me, understand how I arrived at the conclusions I came to, I'm trying to tell you it's based on the way I think. I choose to think objectively. Do I have feelings?
Wait, what do
Yes.
you mean by think objectively? What do you mean when you say that? Because you can have a thought, but
so you know what a bias is?
But that doesn't have
what a
anything
bias
to
is?
do with objectivity because you think it
You know
is
what a bias
automatically
is?
objective is.
No,
Of course,
well,
yeah.
okay. So my aim in life is to think objectively.
What does that mean? I
That
need to know what you
means
mean by that.
remove biases, not to favor something disproportionate to its actual value in such a way it will be considered unfair. If you look at biases is about disproportionately favoring something. If
That's
I'm black,
not what
and
objective, but that's
that's
separate
subjective.
than objectivity.
I'm saying subjectivity. It is subjective. If I say I like black women because I'm black, that's a black bias. If someone likes white people because that's a white bias.
real
If some
quick,
people like
wrap
smart
up your
people 'cause they're
last
smart, it's
thoughts,
a smart
and then
bias.
we're
Women
gonna
have
get
a
ready
height bias. Women
to
prefer
end
men
the
and taller. It's a
debate.
height
And there's a
bias.
few super chats that I need to read.
Yeah, I mean, all I'm trying to say is I think the biggest difference between me and Logic and possibly me and Watts is I don't express myself in these debates based on how I feel. I might feel one way. You know what I'm saying? That's subjective to me. My mom was a single mom. She's not anymore. She's married. But my mom was a single mom when my dad met her. You feel me? So my bias could be, oh man, I favor single moms because my mom's one. Or I could just tell you objectively what's true about single moms, regardless of the fact that my mom's a single mom.
And that's what I was
the
saying. I
difference.
want to know what's objective. That's what I was trying to say. What's objective about
That's objective. As in, even though I'm black, I could call black people out on their bullshit. Objective means that even though I'm black, I can call black people out on their bullshit. Even though Watts is my friend, I can call Watts out on his bullshit. The bias would be you're my friend.
No.
I will
I know.
favor you and your behavior, or I could be objective and say, regardless of your behavior, and regardless of our friendship, I'm gonna judge your behavior despite that.
It's about what's objective about the single mom. I don't think what I'm saying is I'm trying to understand what's objective about them. There's no data or any proof of anything, which is, I'm not using this word on you, but this is why I said, is this based on how you feel? Because, but again, I'm not.
I don't feel no ways about single moms.
No, I'm not trying to retread that conversation.
I don't have.
I was explaining to you why I used the word, but I'm saying like. You're saying you're thinking objectively, but I don't know what the objectivity is to single moms because it's not based in anything outside of a bias or
what's women's objectivity to height.
That's not objective.
So height's not objective?
No, yeah, the height in itself is objective. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So why do you?
And how she feels, how she reacts to height is not objective.
Why do women want a man taller than you? Answer in the chat. Women, why do y'all want a man taller than you?
What does that have to do with what I'm trying to say?
Let me make the argument, motherfucker. You gonna find out. Open your ears. You gonna find out. I've been talking. You know I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. Do women prefer someone that's tall or short? Yes or no? On average, in general. How about this in general? Do women prefer someone taller than them in general?
It honestly
it
depends, man. It depends. It depends.
In general. All right, so that's why. So
I don't
to
think
wrap up the argument,
I don't. Okay, so
why
wait.
we disagree, because I think
No,
there's
I
something
hear you,
too
but let
complex
me
to
just say
talk
this.
about
I don't
them,
think this
such as
your
single
question
moms,
is
and I
complex.
think that's
I
very
just
simple to talk about them.
and
I think
I will
it's
admit anecdotally, like I know so many women that don't necessarily care about height. Like I know a lot personally.
But if you had to get a test, if someone gave you a test, $1 million test, you're gonna win $1 million. They're gonna
I
ask
mean,
you
yes,
these three girls.
yes,
Pull out three random
would,
girls.
yes, I would
very limited
assume.
information about them.
No,
But
I didn't
these
say
girls care
that. I'm
about a
just,
man's height.
I
You gotta
didn't
answer
say,
them.
I
Oh,
did
that's
not
what I'm
say
saying. You gotta
that.
make it seem like, oh no, I would not know what to do. I can't win $1 million. It's so nuanced. I would not know if a girl. But that's what you guys are acting like. Everything's so nuanced. Women in general prefer men that are taller. Men in general prefer women that are not single moms. It just is what it is. We could try to pander to them and make them feel better, like the female podcasts do, or we can tell the truth. Listen, man.
All right, real quick. Yo, Shape, let me just say this. These super chats by Chris are just totally aimed at you. So I'm not doing it on purpose. I promise you, I'm not doing this on purpose. Let's see.
I did you a favor, bro.
Okay, I already read that one. And then after the one that I read by Chris, he says, let me explain. You have to go in expecting to get hurt, because people who generally matter to you can hurt you, but you have to take that risk, because if you aren't willing to take risk and experience life and all its nuance, and instead live in generalizations and preconceived notions. And then he says, you simply closing your own... Jesus Christ. Damn it, Chris. Grammar. You simply closing your own to something that can be the better for you and someone who truly loves and matters to you. So basically he's saying he feels like you're closing off options if you don't consider all of your options, basically. I hear, yeah.
I want the person I want is very specific. That's what I want. Mm-hmm. I think Watts chose his wife. I think Watts' wife. I don't know her from a can of paint, but this is a generalization. I'm just generalizing based on what I know about Watts. I think he handpicked his wife very specifically. She has some skills that are superior to other women. I'm gonna just make that assumption. I could be really wrong. Maybe you just chose her, and it didn't matter who it was.
Nah, I chose my wife because she can cook in the goddamn kitchen. Nah, I'm joking. I am joking.
Yeah, understand. You understand. You feel me? So don't condemn me for wanting a woman of value.
Oh man, no, you're not wrong.
Don't condemn me for wanting a woman of value.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, she most definitely did have qualities that other women did not have, of course. Yeah. Yes, I'm not going to disagree with you on that.
And they're obvious, right? They're not like you got to dig deep for it. They're like on this fucking surface. You could be dumb as hell and you can see, damn, Watt's wife, obvious choice. Or it's gonna be like, yo, gee, why did he marry her? I can't figure it out. You know, I spend mad time around them. I have no idea why he pick her out of the group. And that's all I want. So yeah, so people try to condemn me for being a certain way. No, I'm trying to get to where Watts is.
And
at.
I mean,
look,
if I'm being honest, also at the same time,
that's all it is.
I had to get to a point, because Sandra said it best in the chat, and I agree with this because I said this before. I had to get to a point where I was deserving of that also, because before my wife, I told this story many a time, so I'm not gonna tell it again. But I was messing with women that were not up to her standards, and I was just trying to like find myself and all that other bullshit, and I wasn't deserving of what she was able to give to me. And once I cut out the bullshit, it all worked out for the best. But with that being said, let me read the last two super chats. This is the last one towards you, Chris, and then this is a question for everybody at the end. Shape, excuse me. This is from Chris, aimed at you, Shape. It says, Shape, you're too safe, sir. All these generalizations and preconceived notions show to me you're scared of being hurt. You want to settle for the layup to tie the game when you can win it with a 3-pointer. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, damn.
Damn.
I don't even feel like that was an attack. I just felt like that was an opinion. I mean, look, you're allowed to disagree. It's a free country. You get what I'm trying to say? I think when you listen to these conversations,
Yeah.
you got to try to understand where someone's coming from. I think I've understood where you guys come from. You come from the place of things are nuanced, right? You go from feelings, and I go from generalities, and I go from the way I think. And I think that's a big difference. And it's it's obvious to me why we ended up in different conclusions. Because I don't think dating's so hard to. I don't think it's so nuanced. So
Wait.
complex.
Okay,
It's
real
actually very
quick,
simple.
and please, we don't have to
That's why
make
I'm
this long.
37,
But you said you feel like relationships aren't as complicated as everybody makes it seem. But you said you're 37 and single with no kids, right? So with you not having kids and not being in a relationship and you being 37, wouldn't that imply that relationships are a little more complicated, or you're just like waiting for this specific woman?
No, I think so to be a superior man. If you read the book Superior Man by David Data, you guys go to my channel, call me Shape. I have a link in my affiliate link in all my videos. I get a little commission if you guys buy the book, but I really believe it's a great book. Chapter 7 says your purpose becomes before your woman, or it comes before relationships. And I believe there's actually morality in that. I think what Adam did, one of the two things that Adam did was wrong was he changed his mind to appease his woman, and then he put his woman before his purpose, God being his purpose, and then changing his mind, meaning that he went against God. You get what I'm trying to say? So I think as a man, even towards women, if I want to be the most valuable to a woman, right, I pursue my purpose. If I want to cheapen myself, weaken myself, I pursue her. Because like I said, time is limited, and so while I'm trying to chase after cooter, right, I could be trying to build something, and that's what I've been doing. I've been building. And
All right, so we have
to be honest with
one
you,
last.
I wanted to be a millionaire before
I have to
had
read
children,
this one last
and
super
I'm
chat,
on-
and
I'm
we're
on
gonna
route
end
to
it with this. Just a real quick response from all four of us. All right. So I am Courtney Michelle has super chatted $4.99. Thank you so much, everybody, for the super chats. I appreciate y'all. And I apologize that I'm frozen. I'll become unfrozen in a second. This says a lawmaker wants to make it illegal for men to ejaculate if it's not for the purpose of conception. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Yeah, no, that is actually real.
I disagree.
Man, that's a crazy ass
No,
question.
you can't.
Wait,
You
what?
obviously cannot.
I saw that. Yeah.
Right.
And how do you enforce that? You're gonna
Who
watch something?
knows?
Yeah. So how do you
Right.
make sure
This
I didn't
is
jack off
this is one of those.
Yeah, I heard about
Right.
that
I
too.
think this
How
is
you
something that we
prosecute
all
after
can
doing
agree
it?
on because
The crime of masturbation.
What if it's a wet dream? What
yo,
if it's a wet
you know what's crazy? I've never had one
Yeah.
before, bro.
That's
Yeah,
Ever.
you're a sleeping criminal.
Ever.
You're a sleeping
That's it.
criminal. Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Yeah, no, I don't want it.
They're not
I don't
great.
want it. I
They're not
genuinely
great.
don't want
They're
it.
not
It's,
great. They're not great.
I wouldn't say you missing anything.
You're not
Oh,
missing
yo,
anything.
yo, let me.
That's what we
Let
feel
me-
like women when we have these like unexpected discharges. You know what I'm saying? That's what you feel like a woman. You know what I'm
Yo.
saying? I'm like, damn, man. I'm about to bleach my
The
clothes.
only
I'm about
upside
to
is
bleach my
usually
Yo,
you feel like
let
you're
me
getting some
let me end this
in the
before
dream.
everybody
Usually
comes
you
with
get
Yeah, yeah,
torches and
yeah.
pitchforks
No,
because
you-
Shape said we know how women feel like. Oh no, oh no. Chantel, my bad, Chantel.
Hey,
Ah,
you see
my apologies,
Vanessa
Chantel.
said-
Thank you so much for the £5 super chat. She says, I get it. Guy in the green hat believes single mothers should be punished for their past decisions and not have a second chance at a loving relationship.
No, I don't believe that. If I had a daughter or a cousin or a sister or a relative that was a single mom, I would just tell her that you got to make, in general, men don't, single moms are like short men. They really are. I mean, that's the equivalent. Men prefer women without kids, and women prefer tall men. So single moms are the short men. I don't think short men deserve nothing, but they got to understand a lot of short men, they compensate for it, right? They get their money up, they get their body up. I know a lot of short kings. Their body's right, their mind's right, you know what I'm saying? So, you got to understand that the world's not fair. There's a pretty bias, there's a tall bias, there's a racial bias. There's a lot of biases, and so do I think you should jump off a building because life is not perfect and there's challenges? Absolutely not. I think you should live despite the challenges.
You can always find a way to stand out from everyone else. You can
Sounds
always
good.
work on yourself.
All right,
and find
guys.
ways to stand
Yo,
out, where
we have
people
been
do
talking
look at
for
you like a
3
gem.
hours, dog. Look, I appreciate everybody that pulled up in the chat. Guys, Shape, Czar, I appreciate you guys. I know this is it's not an easy conversation, obviously, but it was a fun debate, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for pulling up. Logics, appreciate you, bro. We most definitely got to do something like this again. More collaborations are on the way, hopefully. But yeah, make sure you guys check out their channels. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, man. All right, y'all have a good one. All right, you too.
Respect
right,
to
peace.
you, Watts. Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
All right. Let me go back.
Take care, Watts. Take care, Logic.
Damn, even
chill, bro.
hold up. Yo, that's crazy. Let me see if I can get my camera back so I can properly say bye to y'all. Video capture. Add new source. All right, well, what the fuck is going on? Okay, wait. Is it gonna pop up? Okay, so apparently the camera doesn't want to pop up for me. So I will see you guys later, man. Thank you so much for pulling up to the stream. I have no idea what happened, but thank you guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.